One Piece Justice, Chapter 361 to 380. Chapter 361 declares war. The worm who dares to resist. Baron Eggy didn't do anything, and just kicked it down. Compared with Raphael's trick, Baron Eggy was an ordinary blow, however, the result was crack. Ah! Raphael screamed. His bones were directly shattered by Baron Dandan's kick. This was his random kick, and he didn't use all his strength at all. This is the gap. Dare to resist our Big Mom pirate group. This is the consequence. Go to hell. Baron Dandan didn't hesitate, kicked down mercilessly and directly shattered Raphael's skull. Raphael died directly. At this time, the king of the Food Kingdom was also turned into candy by Perospero, and then bitten into pieces. Under such circumstances, all the resistance personnel died or fled, and the Big Mom pirates also set fire in this country. When they started to burn down this country, they didn't plan to kill all the people. After all, there are too many people, millions of people. When will they kill them? They will kill them softly, just a few million heads. Pigs are not so easy to kill, so they also set fire directly and destroyed the country. The king is dead, and the rebels are dead, and they set fire to the country, so Mom should be satisfied. Cracker said. At this time, Luffy and the others are also helping those people escape from here. After all, it is difficult for ordinary people to leave after such a big fire. Everyone, let's go to the port and see. I hope it's too late. Luffy said seriously. He had some bad things. Premonition, just hope is his illusion. Nami and the others did not object and agreed with Luffy's proposal. The group also ran towards the port together. However, on the way, they also saw a large number of corpses, all of them from this country. Luffy and the others were also sad. After all, a good country is over. The original buildings in the Food Kingdom were set ablaze, and a raging fire broke out. Luffy and the others rushed over here and came to the port. They saw that there were corpses everywhere, and no one survived. Luffy and the others were completely the silence, even though they have seen a lot of scenes, but they are relatively silent in the face of such a scene. At this time, the Big Mom pirates have all returned to the boat, and they also saw Luffy and the others. Oh! Are there people who are not afraid of death? Perospero said. No, they are the Straw Hat Pirates, not from this country. Baron Eggy recognized Luffy and the others. It's them. Then forget it, they're not from this country anyway. When Perospero saw that it was Luffy, they didn't plan to shoot. However, Luffy looked at the scene in front of him and was extremely angry. Luffy came to Raphael, thinking of the happy dessert that this person made for them. Luffy was also sad. Just for some dessert, I have to kill so much people. It really makes people angry. Luffy, don't be impulsive. Nami stopped Luffy and didn't want Luffy to be impulsive. You must know that it was the three emperors. With countless subordinate pirate groups, not only 9 of them can resist. Well, look at the guy in the straw hat, he seems to be doing something. Cracker saw from a distance. No matter what he does he still dare to fight with us? The pirate group that they are dissatisfied with even 10 people. Perospero said disdainfully. Nami, don't pull me. Luffy's tone was very serious. I know what I'm doing, but I can't swallow this breath. Obviously such a friendly country, but just because of some desserts, it was destroyed now. How absurd this is human life so worthless? Luffy. Hearing Luffy's words, Nami couldn't help but let go of Luffy's hand. Nami, let Luffy do it. Who are we afraid of? Isn't it the 3 emperors? Sooner or later, Sokka laughed. But, Nami wanted to say something, but in the end, forget it, it's up to you. Nami finally gave up and stopped them. Luffy came to the edge of the port step by step, and then broke out his Conqueror Haki. The strong Haki was also under the control of Luffy, and rolled over towards the discovery of the Big Mom pirates. This is a Conqueror Haki. Baron Eggy was surprised. He never thought that Luffy would have such a Conqueror Haki that millions of people have. Is it the same Conqueror Haki as my mother? Cracker also became serious. People with Conqueror Haki can be said that as long as they grow up, they will definitely be strong, and Luffy has grown up. Luffy's Conqueror Haki rolled over, and the lower-level members of the Big Mom Pirates also fainted, but there are still many people who have nothing to do at all. Of course, for Cracker and the others, it is completely useless. What do you want to do? Straw Hat, do you want to go to war with us? Cracker shouted, releasing Conqueror Haki directly in this way, which is equivalent to declaring war to a certain extent. Why are you doing this? Why are you destroying this country? Luffy yelled angrily. Why? Cracker laughed disdainfully. We are pirates. Doing whatever we want is our characteristic. Pirates are the ones who sail freely on the sea. Luffy said angrily. Freedom. It seems that you still don't know what a real pirate is. Burning, killing and looting is the reality of a pirate. You are still tender. If you can't stand these things, go home. Cracker looking at Luffy disdainfully. I don't care about you, but you dare to destroy this country. Luffy shouted. If they dare not hand in dessert on time, then they deserve it, and death is their end. Cracker was completely unmoved. It's unforgivable. Luffy lowered his head so that no one could see his expression, but he was shaking all over. Finally, Luffy raised his head, showing a hideous expression. I, Captain of the Straw Hat Pirates, Monkey D. Luffy, here, declare war on Big Mom. Go back and tell that fat woman, I'm going to beat her up with my own hands and let her wait for me. Luffy's angry voice was transmitted directly to the sea. Luffy's announcement shocked everyone, and his words also reached everyone's ears. Everyone was stunned by this sentence. They never thought that there would be such a person who would dare to speak to Big Mom. The pirate group declared war. The key is that they only have less than 10 people. With such a power comparison between the enemy, no one is optimistic about Luffy, even the people who have just survived the Food Kingdom. Chapter 362 Plans. After the shock, there is anger. Yes, everyone in the Big Mom Pirates is angry, and someone dares to provoke them. Okay, are you serious? Straw Hat Luffy. Cracker laughed angrily. Psi Omega Bug Psi. Of course I'm serious. Luffy also said solemnly. At this time, Luffy was very serious and didn't have the usual playfulness. Okay, since you said that, then I'll go back and tell Mommy. We'll be waiting for you at Cake Island. Cracker said disdainfully, then ignored Luffy. Go sail, go back. Cracker ordered. The ship also turned around and headed towards Cake Island. Just let him go, Sparrow asked. Let him go? How is that possible? He just started a war with us. Cracker said disdainfully. Then you are. Sparrow didn't understand. He should go back and destroy them. After all, we still have to consider his identity. Our level is still a bit lower. Let Mother decide this matter. Cracker said. Hearing Cracker's words, Sparrow and Baron Dandan didn't say anything either. The two of them knew Luffy's background, so they knew that they couldn't move Luffy, otherwise, they would most likely become an abandoned child. Cracker and the others left. Nami and the others also came to Luffy's side. Luffy, are you serious? Nami asked. Seriously, of course. Luffy laughed. Then what are you going to do? You must know that they have a large number of people. Even their pirate group has at least 50. With so many people, when will we be able to reach Cake Island? Do you have any good way? Nami looked at Luffy with hopeful eyes. No. Luffy scratched his head. Let's defeat them one by one, shall we? Luffy said his thoughts directly. Nami was also defeated by Luffy's simple idea. I believe you, it's really my fault. Even if we beat them, when we got to Cake Island, we didn't have the strength to fight back. Did they fight? Don't we have a map? Just like last time, just dive into Cake Island, won't you? Usopp said suddenly. Yes, this is a good solution. Nami suddenly said happily. You really thought of a good solution. It's useless. The reason why I let you sneak in last time was because Big Mom didn't take action. You must know that the entire Cake Island is full of Big Mom's eyeliner because of the ability of the Big Mom fruit. Once you enter the Cake Island, You will be caught. I found out that they ignored you last time, and this time there is no such a good opportunity. Reiju said. Ah, then what should I do? Nami also shouted when she heard the words. Don't worry, Nami, there will definitely be a way. Luffy said indifferently. It's all because you declared war at will, at least you have more time to prepare. Nami said angrily. Who made them go so far? Luffy whispered. The Food Kingdom, which was burned to the flames, can no longer live after the fire is extinguished. A large number of displaced people also left here by boat. Although they are reluctant to give up, life must continue. They also migrated to the surrounding countries. And they also publicized Luffy's declaration. Mom, that's what happened. The captain of the Straw Hat Pirates, Straw Hat Luffy, said that he declared war on us. What should we do? After Cracker and the others returned to Cake Island, they reported what happened to Big Mom. Humph, he's really ignorant and fearless. That Straw Hat boy. Big Mom also smiled disdainfully. Don't worry about him. If they dare to come, then we will destroy them, and there is nothing to say. My mother is not so bullying. Big Mom exclaimed. New World, Beast Pirates, did someone declare war on that ant again? I hope there will be a good show to watch. Kaido laughed after hearing the news, but also didn't care much. In the New World, where the Yuhi Heart Pirates are located, Luffy's head is really powerful. Did he start a war with Big Mom so soon? Luo also sighed while looking at the information in his hand. Captain, do we need to help them? Beppo asked. Let's take a look. Anyway, he helped me a lot. Luo decided. At the same time, after getting the news, the people of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet began to gather and converge in the direction of Luffy and the others. Marine Headquarters, the Marshal's office, Tianyu also got the news, as expected of the grandson of Garp Vice Admiral. It's really making trouble. It's really daring. Tianyu looked at the information and smiled. What happened? Asked Suru Vice Admiral. See for yourself. Madam Crane. Tianyu handed the information to Suru Vice Admiral. Suru Vice Admiral took the information and looked at it. This is actually declaring war with Big Mom. Suru Vice Admiral was also shocked. Did they have this strength? How is it possible? It is so difficult for him to even defeat Doflamingo, not to mention the more powerful Big Mom. His failure is certain. Tianyu said, however, this is also our chance. Once they really start a war, then there is a chance, take the opportunity to enter the New World. Tianyu said his plan. It is indeed a good time. Big Mom and Straw Hats fight, then we only need to deal with 3 emperors. In this case, it is absolutely feasible. Suru Vice Admiral nodded. There are not 2-3 emperor pirates, at most 1.5. Tianyu said, I plan to let Blackbeard Diki help us withstand half of the pirates. Tianyu said his plan. But will Blackbeard Tiki agree? Suru Vice Admiral was a little disbelieving. Yes, Blackbeard Diki is a pirate with ambitions and ideals. He is definitely not reconciled to a dark island and an island, but now he has no chance at all. But once the New World is in turmoil, then it is him. The best chance is now, and if you want to make the New World turbulent, then the best way is to let our Marine enter the New World. So, he will definitely agree, for his ideal. Tianyu said confidently. If that's the case, then the best. Suru Vice Admiral said with a nod. So, is it time to prepare now? Suru Vice Admiral said. Don't worry, the people of the Straw Hat Pirates are not stupid. They won't start a war so soon. They must prepare well for a while, so don't worry now. Tianyu said, once we enter the New World, then the long battle is about to begin. It is impossible for the pirates to let us in like this. Quote. Chapter 363 Guarantee. Anything else planned? Suru Vice Admiral asked. Filled circle, insect-filled circle. Entering the New World is not something that can be solved in a short period of time. It is conceivable that we will continue for several years or even decades, so our logistics must be guaranteed. I don't want to let our actions be caused by logistical reasons. After all, once the war starts, who will think about money? Tianyu said. Indeed, once the war starts, in addition to fighting for strength, the most important thing is material security, which is money. Suru Vice Admiral also nodded. It's just that the money needs to last for such a long time. Even if we are looking for the world government, it's impossible to give us how much. Suru Vice Admiral said, because Marine's strength is getting stronger and stronger, and the world government's fear of Marine is getting bigger and bigger. So if you want money that can last for such a long war, it is simply impossible things. There is no hope for the world government, but we can look elsewhere. The money there is enough for us to fight this war. Tianyu laughed meaningfully. Could it be? Suru Vice Admiral looked at Tianyu's appearance, and suddenly had a guess, and some couldn't believe it, going Emperor, Guild Tessero. That's right. Tianyu spit out these two words, confirming Suru Vice Admiral's guess. The Golden Fruit person is the head of Guild Tessero, the world's largest entertainment city. He has the world's 20th berry. He can even mobilize the power of some world governments. He is the king of the world's casinos. Do you really intend to move him? Said Suru Vice Admiral. He's not a good person either. Casinos, slave trade, arms trade, and alliance with Doflamingo, so it's not impossible to move him, but his relationship is a bit complicated, and he has entangled interests with the world government. This is the important place. Tianyu said, looking at Emperor Going's information. Indeed, once we move him, I'm afraid the world government will trouble us too. Suru Vice Admiral worried. There is an entanglement of interests between the world government and him, but we don't need those interests, we only need money, and we don't need other inherent assets such as casinos, so give them to them. In this way, they should be able to stop their mouths, right? Tianyu said. This. Suru Vice Admiral thought for a while. In this case, the world government won't say anything. Seeing that they cooperate very happily. In fact, those people are also very envious of these things, so they really do it. I'm sure they'll be delighted. But at least talk to the Gorosei 5 elders first. Suru Vice Admiral offered her advice. Well, I'll go to the Gorosei 5 elders. Tianyu became more determined when he saw that Suru Vice Admiral also agreed. The New World, the Dark World, the Blackbeard Emotichi is also a news from the Straw Hat Pirate to Big Mom. Zia ha 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 ha, the opportunity is coming. As long as they fight, then there are 2-3 emperors. Such words, Marine will never miss this opportunity to enter the New World. Zia ha 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 ha, Blackbeard Diki laughed. At this moment, Diki Blackbeard's phone rang. Hey, is it Diki Blackbeard? Tianyu's voice came from the opposite side. Zia ha 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 ha, it turned out to be Marshal Kanglong. What's the matter, do you have anything to do with me? It's not good to contact the pirates. Blackbeard Diki laughed. Stop talking nonsense, you got the news that the Straw Hat Pirates declared war on Big Mom. Tianyu said. That's right, what's wrong? Blackbeard Diki asked. We want to take the opportunity to enter the New World, now is the time to need you, the remaining 2-3 emperors, you help us stop one. Tianyu directly stated his purpose. Hey, stop a 3 sovereigns, with my power, how could it be possible to stop it? Blackbeard said. I didn't tell you to stop them all, just stop one of the 3 emperors, and his pirate group doesn't need to stop. In this case, you can still do it. Tianyu said. Diki Blackbeard was silent for a long time, and finally, when Tianyu was impatient, okay, I can help you stop a 3 emperors. Diki Blackbeard finally agreed. Okay, pick one of the beasts and the 9 snakes yourself. Tianyu said with satisfaction when he saw Diki the Blackbeard agree. 9 snakes, Blackbeard Diki said, and then hung up the phone. Compared with Kaido's lunatic, Blackbeard Diki was still curious about the 3 female emperors he had never met. After seeing Blackbeard Diki hang up, Tianyu also hung up with a smile. Did the Blackbeard Diki agree? Suru Vice Admiral asked after seeing Tianyu's expression. Ah, that's right, he agreed to stop the 9 snakes. Of course, his words are not credible. I believe that if there is any change, he will definitely leave immediately, so we must guard against him. Tianyu said. Since you know, that's great. Suru Vice Admiral saw this, but didn't say anything. If that's the case, then I'll go to the Gorosei, 5 elders, and things here will trouble you. Tianyu also left here and headed for the Holy Land Gorosei, 5 elders. After arriving at the Gorosei, 5 elders, Tianyu came to the Gorosei, 5 elders with ease. Is there anything important? You still need to come personally. Gorosei, 5 elders asked. The Big Mom pirates will have a big battle, so I think this is the best chance for us to enter the New World. Once we start to enter the New World, it means the beginning of the war, so I am here to apply for the military funds needed for the war. Tianyu said. Once the war starts, it does require a lot of military spending. How much do you want? Asked the Gorosei, 5 elders, who also knew that the war was costly. Once the war starts, it won't end in 2 or 3 years. At least 100 billion bellies will end in 3 years. Tianyu said a number. 100 billion bellies. At least. This is impossible. Although the world government is very rich, it is used in many places. If so much money is taken out, the economy of the world government will collapse, so it is impossible to take so much money. Gorosei, 5 elders refused outright. In this case, the war cannot be guaranteed. Tianyu said. We can offer up to 30 billion berry, and there's nothing left to do. Gorosei, 5 elders said. In this case, I have a proposal that allows us to get the money, but we need your consent. Tianyu gradually stated his plan. Oh, where are you going to get that much money? Gorosei, 5 elders suddenly wondered. That fat sheep of Guild Tessero, isn't he called Emperor Going? I believe he can still come up with the money, right? Tianyu directly stated his purpose. Chapter 364 Decision. The Gorosei, 5 elders looked at each other, and they finally understood that Tianyu didn't come to ask for money at all, but to deal with Guild Tessero. Intersection Miscellaneous Sci-Gi Sci Insects Intersection. Indeed, he is the so-called Emperor Going. He owns 20% of the world's wealth, and he can afford so much money. Gorosei, 5 elders said, but they didn't say they agreed to shoot him. Tianyu also knew that the Gorosei, 5 elders needed his statement, and immediately said directly, we only need berry and supplies. As for the rest of the industry, we don't need it at all, and then we will trouble the world government to receive it. That's it, Tianyu said, who also gave the real estate to the world government as a benefit. Gorosei, 5 elders also nodded in satisfaction with each other. With these assets, it is equivalent to having a chicken that can lay golden eggs. Although the golden eggs that were laid before are gone, but the chickens are still there, then there will still be golden eggs. Yes, so Gorosei, 5 elders are also very satisfied. If that's the case, then go ahead and do it. Gorosei, 5 elders finally agreed with Tianyu's idea. If that's the case, then I'm going to prepare. Tianyu didn't stay after seeing that he had achieved his goal, and went back to prepare. After seeing Tianyu leave, Gorosei, 5 elders also ordered, CP, go directly to monitor all properties of Guild Tessero, and prepare to send someone to receive it. Yes, the CP people went straight to prepare. Tianyu returned to the Marine headquarters. He directly recalled all the Free Admiral, as well as Sengoku and Garp. Did the Gorosei, 5 elders agree? Suru Vice Admiral asked after seeing Tianyu's return. Ah, that's right, they agreed very simply. Tianyu said. Of course, being able to have so many benefits without paying anything, and not afraid of their disagreement. Suru Vice Admiral knows very well what those people in the world government look like. At this time, Sengoku and Garp also came to the office. Ha ha ha, what happened? Tianyu boy. Garp walked in carelessly. Garp, you bastard, keep your voice down. Sengoku scolded from behind. Mr. Garp, aren't you worried about your grandson? You must know that he declared war on Big Mom. Tianyu looked at Garp with a funny look. There's no way to worry. If he dares to declare war like this, he must have some confidence. Garp said. Don't you think Luffy looks like that when his head gets hot? Tianyu looked at Garp and said. Will it? Garp smirked. Looking at you, you know your grandson is the same. Sengoku laughed. Forget it, I trust him. Garp said, and although Garp said so, he still planned to do something, just didn't say it. By the way, Suru, is there anything important to call us this time? Sengoku asked, sitting beside Suru Vice Admiral. When Admiral arrives, let's talk together. Suru Vice Admiral said, looking at Garp and Sengoku. Soon, Akainu, Tsukumo, Kuzan, Ryokugyu, Borsalino, Fujitora 6 Admiral who had nothing to do came here. Okay, now that everyone has come, let me tell you. Tianyu glanced at everyone and said, you already know the specifics. Everyone looked at the information in their hands. Finally going to fight, those pirates. Akainu was excited. Ah, it's so scary. Do you want to face so many strong people at once? Borsalino said scary, but there was nothing in his expression. Cleaning up the pirates, it's not easy. Kuzan said lazily, and the others had different expressions. Before the war, we need a lot of money to ensure our material reserves, at least more than 100 billion berry. The world government can't come up with so much money, so I plan to attack Guild Tessero to get the funds we need. Of course, Gorosei, 5 elders and they also agreed. Tianyu said the shocking news. Hey, true or false, this is Emperor going. Seriously, Kuzan also looked at Tianyu seriously. Both the Gorosei, 5 elders agree. Sengoku asked. Yes, they agreed, we got the money, they got those properties. Tianyu said. In that case, yes. Sengoku agreed after hearing this, but he was still a little worried. Then who are you going to send to attack Emperor Going? Suru Vice Admiral asked the key point. Hearing Suru Vice Admiral's questioning, everyone turned to Tianyu, wanting to know who to send, knowing that this is not a good task. Even with the support of Gorosei, 5 elders, it is very offending and even those within the world government. I'll go in person, Tianyu said. What? Everyone was surprised, and they never thought that Tianyu planned to go by himself. You are the marshal of the marine headquarters, you can't be dispatched easily. Sengoku immediately objected. Yeah, I'll go, said Tsukumo, who didn't care about the people in the world government. No, even though you are admiral, your level is still a little lower. This time, this incident will offend most of the people in the world government. Even if you are admiral, you may not be able to stop the consequences of this time. Only me, let's say maybe the Gorosei, 5 elders will sell the people in this operation, and they will at least be careful about my identity. Tianyu said his plan. Akainu, Admiral, Sengoku and the others were also silent for a while. They knew that what Tianyu said was true, politics was dirty, and the people in the world government really did these things. Fujitora and Ryokugyu, 2 new admirals who joined Marine, saw the silence of Sengoku and others, and knew that what Tianyu said was true. They didn't expect the world government to be like this. They knew the world government was dark, but they didn't expect it to be dark. To this point. Okay, that's the decision, I'll go in person, you all get ready to receive funds. Tianyu decided directly, intending to end the meeting. Wait a minute, I'll go too. Akainu stood up. As Marine Admiral, how could I shrink from the mere politics? What about the world government? I'm Marine Admiral, let them come. As long as the pirates can be eliminated, what if I die? Akainu was already covered in lava. Let's go together. With so many people, does the world government still plan to sell us all? In this case, the world government will also collapse. Tsukumo stood up holding the knife. Although it's troublesome, let me join you too. Kuzan said lazily, but the light in his eyes showed that he was serious. Chapter 365 Notice. I'll be with you too, at most just go back and continue my folk life. Fujitora also stood up. Bug. Tianyu also knew that they really planned this, so he felt comforted. You don't need so many people, that guy Guild Tessero is not the 3 emperors, I'm enough alone, you can take people with you. Just receive the funds. Tianyu walked out of the marshal's office with a smile and went to prepare. Tianyu was ready, he set off first, while Akainu and the others wanted to lead the warship to follow up, and they had to sit in the marine headquarters. Tianyu used his abilities to form a small boat. He also headed for Tessero, the world's largest entertainment city. On the sea, Tianyu also called Hancock. "Hey, Hancock, it's me." "Tianyu, you finally called." Hancock complained. "Ahahaha, aren't you too busy? Don't worry. Soon we will be able to be together forever," Tianyu assured, and then Tianyu also told Hancock all his plans. "Don't worry, Tianyu, you know our strength, there is no problem," Hancock said to himself. "Also, we are also trying our best to find that devil fruit, don't worry." "Well, that's good. You are also ready to send someone to receive supplies and money," Tianyu said. "Okay, I will send someone to receive it." Hancock also knew how much wealth Gulen Tessero is known as the world's largest entertainment city, so she was also very moved. "Well, that's it. I'll contact you later." Tianyu hung up the phone when he saw this. After thinking about it, he made another call. "Hey, I'm Dragon." Dragon answered the phone. "I'm here to give you money," Tianyu said directly. Dragon was silent for a while, where he was still moved. For the Revolutionary Army, it was also short of funds. "I'm going to attack Gulen Tessero." Tianyu didn't say much, then hung up the phone. He believed Dragon would understand. Dragon suddenly laughed. "It seems that he really wants to help my Revolutionary Army." "Boss, what's the matter?" Sabo asked in front of Dragon. "It's Sabo." After seeing Sabo, Dragon said, "Exactly, there is a task for you to do here." Now that Sabo's strength and devil fruit are very powerful, Dragon is also very relieved. "What mission?" Sabo asked curiously. "Marine is going to attack Gulen Tessero. You take the opportunity to get a sum of money back, you and the bear act together," Dragon said. "Okay, in this case, the funds that we have some difficulties will not be a problem at all." Sabo also said excitedly, "I'll set off right away." Sabo immediately left here, and then found the bear. After explaining the purpose of the visit, the two of them did the same. Under the bear's devil fruit ability, he quickly rushed towards Gulen Tessero. Under Tianyu's prior notice, the 9 snakes and the Revolutionary Army secretly dispatched to Gulen Tessero. After seeing a few days of sailing, Tianyu also came to Gulen Tessero, which is known as the world's first entertainment city. Gulen Tessero is located on an island. The island is full of splendid buildings. There are casinos, playgrounds, opera houses and other amusement facilities. Of course, the biggest one is the casino and other various gold caves. As long as you can imagine, there is nothing here. There are also 8 small islands around the islands surrounding Gulen Tessero. The 8 islands have been built into fortresses, and a large number of cannons are guarding there, forming an airtight defense chain. This is why Gulen Tessero can exist. Long time reason. The defense force on the island is also extremely powerful. Because of the charm of money, a large number of masters are hired to defend Gulen Tessero here. Of course, there are no real top masters here. After all, real top masters don't care about the money. Because of the existence of these defensive forces, the pirates who have been here for so many years have never succeeded. Although there is a lot of money and materials here, no one has come to occupy it, because various forces are involved here. But today, a powerful figure is about to be welcomed here, and the fall here is inevitable. Tianyu came to Gulen Tessero. After changing his clothes, he also came to Gulen Tessero, and then started to hang out, by the way, to investigate the specific situation here. After all, this is not a simple place. It can stand for so many years, obviously also has its strength. Tianyu came here. He found that there are a large number of guards patrolling here, and the time is extremely regular. It can be said that there is basically a group every 10th, and the number of people is also very large, and their strength is also very strong. Basically there are the strength of the lieutenant. Obviously they are all elites here. These are ordinary soldiers, and the cadres here have not appeared. Tianyu does not think there will be no cadres here. In the next few days, Tianyu went everywhere and found Gulen Tessero's place of residence, as well as the cadres here. They are all good people. There are a lot of people, of course they are just good. to Tianyu said, "It's just not worth mentioning. After searching for the information, I also found that there is nothing that can threaten him." Tianyu is also relieved. He plans to do it tonight. After all, Akainu, 9 snakes and the Revolutionary Army people have already arrived. The palace where Guild Tessero is located, a man sat there, listening to the intelligence of his subordinates. The arms trade has greatly increased during this period of time, and even some supplies are not available. The subordinate reported. Since Doflamingo's death, have the two of them cooperated in the arms trade, have I taken the lion's share. Let me make a lot of money. Tessero laughed. Okay, let's go. He waved his hand to let his subordinates go down. Yes, the intelligence personnel also directly withdrew. Sure enough, only money is the most important thing. There is nothing that money can't solve. So I want to earn more money, and one day, I want Tenryubito to kneel because of my money. I want become the god of this world. Guild Tessero recalled something, like crazy. It's really astonishing speech. I didn't expect your goal to be so lofty. Did Tenryubito kneel because of your power? It's a good idea to become a god. It's really a lofty ideal. A voice came over. Chapter 366 Helper. Guild Tessero's expression also changed, and the murderous intent flashed in his eyes. He could not allow this kind of thing to be known by the world government and Tenryubito, who. Come out to me. Guild Tessero stared at him. Shijin Churiki column is behind, and his hand is also ready to attack. Or miscellaneous N-Airy product Kai N-Airy product or. Good. I'll come out now. I saw someone coming out. It was Tianyu. I didn't expect to hear his amazing remarks as soon as I came. It's you. Guild Tessero stared at Tianyu. He never thought that Tianyu would come here, and then his expression returned to normal. I don't know how the dignified martial marine came to me, just thinking want to play too. Guild asked, not mentioning what he had just said. Seeing that Guild skipped the remarks just now, Tianyu just smiled and didn't mention it again. I'm here to travel. I heard that money is everywhere here, so I'll take a look. After all, my salary is still very high. Less, Tianyu said nonsense. Really, the dignified martial marine, will you have time to travel? In a situation like the New World, if there is nothing important, you can't come here. Tell me, what is the matter? Guild didn't believe Tianyu at all. Seriously speaking. Good. Let me tell you clearly. We Marine is short of money. I heard that you have a lot of money here, so I wanted to borrow some. What do you think? Tianyu laughed. Guild stared at Tianyu, trying to see something. How much do you want? Guild was planning to give them money. Although he was upset, he was not able to deal with such a giant as Marine. Yes, although he is confident, he is not stupid, so he also plans to spend some money. Ah, it really deserves to be Emperor going. Don't worry, you can fully take out the money, we just need a mere 100 billion berry. Of course, it would be better if we could have a little more. I believe you will get us. Marine's friendship. Tianyu laughed. Are you playing with me? 100 billion bellies. Do you think I'm an ATM? Even if I can take it out, I'm almost done. I can't do anything without money. This is absolutely impossible. Guild was going crazy. He never thought that the other party would ask such a maddening number as 100 billion berry. Ah, don't want to. Tianyu showed a disappointed expression. I can give you 10 billion, and I will give it to you. I don't need you to pay it back. I just need you to provide me with some convenience. How about it? Guild then calmed down and said his plan. It seemed to him that Tianyu would definitely agree. After all, it was 10 billion for nothing, which was not a small amount, so Guild believed himself. I'm sorry, we need at least 100 billion bellies, no matter what method you use, so please cooperate obediently. Anyway, your money is not normal, it is obtained through crime, so I am also at ease. Tianyu became serious at this time. Are you serious? It seems that you are planning to attack me. Guild also understood Tianyu's plan. He was just here to deal with himself. If you are like this, the world government will not let you go. Guild threatened, he has something to do with the world government. After all, he can also use some of the power of the world government. Of course I'm serious. Besides, the world government also agreed to move you. They think that your assets can be used by them. After all, it's just another operator. Tianyu said with a smile. Che, those vampires in the world government, did they want to annex everything from me? Guild's face was ugly after hearing Tianyu's words. He didn't doubt Tianyu's words. So, you'd better just be obedient. Don't force me to do it. After all, you know my strength. Tianyu said with a smile, looking at Guild. HMPH, if you want my money, then get ready to face my counterattack. World government, I'll let you know about my revenge. Guild said grimly. Do you think, facing me, you still have a chance to escape from here and take revenge? Tianyu looked at Guild disdainfully, ignoring him at all. Humph. Guild quietly put his hand into his pocket and pressed a button. Tianyu also saw Guild's movements, but he didn't show much, and didn't care about Guild's movements. Mr. Tanaka in the guard room changed his expression instantly when he saw the alarm. Everyone gather. Mr. Tanaka shouted, and then saw more than 20 people of various appearances coming here. These people are Guild's masters, are all strong with general strength, and the most powerful of them has reached the peak of Vice Admiral. What happened, Mr. Tanaka? Asked the powerhouse at the peak of Vice Admiral. Let's go with me immediately, someone has invaded the boss's place. Mr. Tanaka set off immediately and ran in Guild's direction. Let's go together. This man's expression also changed, and he led the others to follow him. You must know that Guild is their boss. They can get good weapons, even devil fruits, which are inseparable from Guild, so they are also anxious. Tianyu looked at Guild without any movement, just waiting for his backhand to come. Soon, Mr. Tanaka brought those people here. After they saw that Guild had nothing to do, they were relieved, and then they saw the intruder. After seeing the person clearly, everyone's expression changed. Yes, they recognized the person who came. Now Tianyu's identity, as long as anyone with a certain strength knows, can Martial Marine not know it? When they saw Tianyu, everyone's expressions changed greatly. Mr. Guild, what's the situation? Mr. Tanaka came to Guild's side and asked. The world government is going to attack us. Guild said with a serious face, either kill him or us. He's Marine Marshal. Are we his opponents? A man of Rear Admiral strength trembled. After knowing Tianyu's record, it was really hard for them to resist. What are you afraid of? What about Martial Marine? We have so many people here, even if the piles are piled up on him, he is alone. What are you afraid of? Deus shouted, and the whole person also showed a sturdy aura. He is not afraid of Tianyu at all, even though his identity is Marine Marshal. That's right, there are so many of us. What are you afraid of? Everyone was also raised their momentum and summoned up their courage, watching Tianyu eager to try. Chapter 367 Rolling. Looking at the expressions that those people showed to him, Tianyu also smiled. For these people, Tianyu didn't take it to heart at all. The most powerful among these people are not yet admiral level, so in Tianyu's view, these people are just a moment's effort. Miscellaneous G insects. As long as I get rid of him, I'll give you everything, even if it's Logia's devil fruit, I'll do my best to buy it for you, and each 1 billion bells. Guild offered the reward. Under the reward, there must be a brave man. Under the temptation of the Logia devil fruit and a billion berry, everyone also looked at Yuhi, looking at Tianyu as if they were looking at a treasure. Roar! Everyone with devil fruit ability turned into beasts one after another. I saw more than 20 people here, 10 of them were zone devil fruit ability users, the others were a few swordsmen, and others there were several paramesha devil fruit abilities, and these people rushed towards Tianyu under the temptation of money. It's just a mob. Tianyu looked at those who rushed towards him with disdain. World of Trees Wall. With the activation of Tianyu's ability, he saw a large number of trees growing around Tianyu, and then under Tianyu's control. Down, surging frantically, slamming towards those people. Boom! Under the blow of the huge trees, the ground cracked open one after another. Those people were also scattered under this blow. When they were planning to bypass these trees to attack Tianyu, they saw the trees came to them one after another and attacked them. Roar, tiger bite, wolf strike, bear punch, slash with a sword, fall off. I saw that everyone showed their magical powers and launched their own attacks to attack the trees in front of them. However, although their attacks shattered the trees in front of them, when they were not happy, they saw a large number of trees attacking. Come over. Everyone was also attacked by countless trees, and they also fell into a hard battle. Not only are those trees extremely hard, they must be cut off with all their strength, and those trees can be regenerated. When they grow up, they are also very busy, and their physical strength is also rapidly decreasing. Soon, those people slowly became sluggish. Gradually, under the attack of this endless sea of trees, they also gradually lost the strength to resist. Only a scream was heard, and a person directly tied to death by a tree. All the people trembled, and then started to resist with all their strength. However, this seemed to be the beginning, and some people died under the attack of the trees. Gradually, a large number of people died in the tree world. After hearing the constant screams, Guild's face outside was also very ugly. He didn't expect Tianyu's strength to be so terrible. It was just one attack. So many people died here, he had to re-evaluate Tianyu's strength. The screams continued, especially after Tianyu stepped up his attack. Those people also lost the strength to resist and died there. Beg for mercy, I surrender, first can join Marine, shouted the man at the top of Vice Admiral. Guild heard it, his eyes flashed coldly and murderous intent flashed, but he didn't do anything. Guild didn't think Tianyu would let these people go. Tianyu also ignored him, directly controlled the tree to tie him up, and then absorbed him cleanly and turned it into fertilizer. Now, among those people, only Mr. Tanaka is still alive, and his ability to shed fruit is constantly changing. The trees fell off, which made him live until now, but he is also constantly using the devil fruit ability, and his physical strength is also a lot of consumption. After everyone else died, the tree was also under Tianyu's control and attacked Mr. Tanaka with all his strength. Mr. Tanaka, who had no physical strength, did not persevere and was directly strangled by the tree. At the moment of his death, the riotous trees also quieted down, and then disappeared in place under Tianyu's control. Looking at the disappearing forest, Guild also showed a heartbroken expression. You must know that in order to cultivate these people, he has spent a lot of money. Seeing that they are all dead now, he is also very distressed, especially the death of Mr. Tanaka. Okay, your subordinates are all dead, so it's your turn next. Tianyu looked at Guild. Humph, I'm not the same as those people. As Guild shouted, he saw a lot of golden liquid appearing on his body. It was the liquid going. The going liquid was constantly flowing from Guild's body, and then spreading around. Guild is building his own going field. Tianyu just watched without any movement. Finally, a huge going field formed. Everything within 100 meters around him became his field. Guild finally felt at ease. In this case, even Tianyu couldn't easily defeat him. Going guns. As Guild shouted, he saw a large number of long guns formed by going, erected behind him, and the number was extremely large, and then under Guild's control, they burst into Tianyu's wooden wall. Facing Guild's attack, Tianyu did not hesitate, and a huge wooden wall stood in front of him. Boom, boom, boom. Guild's attacks all hit the wooden wall, but these going guns didn't break through the wooden wall's defense. They just penetrated the wooden wall, and then got stuck in the middle, unable to move. Wooden dragon. Tianyu didn't hold back and launched his own attack. A huge wooden dragon appeared in front of Guild under Tianyu's control, and then charged towards Guild. Going wall. Guild waved his hand, and an arc-shaped defensive wall was formed, blocking him in front of him, trying to block Tianyu's attack. Boom. The wooden dragon directly hit the going wall. The good pulling properties of the going wall also prevented it from being directly smashed. However, the huge impact force also made Guild take 2 steps back. The wooden dragon did not stop and bypassed defense wall, and then opened his mouth to bite Guild. Seeing the wooden dragon that opened his mouth to bite, Guild didn't have the slightest fear. Going Jinchuriki column. A huge going Jinchuriki column directly blocked the wooden dragon's mouth, making it unable to bite, and the wooden dragon did not stop at all. With a flick of the dragon's tail, Guild was directly slammed out by the mighty force of the wooden dragon. Although Guild had already put a layer of going defense on his body, plus armament Haki's defense, but under this huge force, Guild also vomited blood and flew backwards, stopped with difficulty, and looked at Tianyu with an ugly face. Chapter 368 The Gap. Guild, who was swept away, stopped and looked at Tianyu with an ugly face. He didn't expect that the gap between him was so great that he would be injured so quickly. Intersection Miscellaneous Sci-Gi Insects Intersection. Mulong ignored what Guild was thinking at this time, and continued to come towards Guild without hesitation, aggressive. Don't underestimate me. Going desert. Guild was angry, and a large amount of marine fluid emerged under his control, forming the going sea, and then under Guild's control, the going sea turned towards the wood that was approaching. The dragon drowned. Going flooded towards the wooden dragon, roar. The wooden dragon roared, and the huge body rolled around in the sea of going, but the ocean formed by going kept rushing towards the wooden dragon. Boom! The wooden dragon burst out with all his strength, and the dragon soared into the going sea, directly crushing the going sea. However, the going sea was also under Guild's control, and continued to invade. Going burial. Under Guild's control, a large amount of going liquid kept wrapping the wooden dragon, and the wooden dragon's constant struggle was useless. Finally, the wooden dragon was completely wrapped, and then there was a sound of boom. The wooden dragon was crushed clean by the going liquid. Humph! Guild was proud of Isho, and then controlled the going sea and rushed towards Tianyu. It's really spectacular. Is the going ocean. World of Trees Wall. Tianyu used the World of Trees Wall again. A large number of trees and the going ocean impacted together, and then kept blocking each other without letting it have the slightest impact to Tianyu. I won't play with you. Let's get rid of you quickly. Tianyu got serious, stepped on the shaver under his feet, disappeared in place in an instant, then appeared in front of Guild and punched him. Guild was also taken aback by the sudden appearance of Tianyu, but before he could react, Tianyu punched him hard. Ah! Guild faced Tianyu's punch, he vomited blood and bent down. Tianyu kicked it out again. Guild was kicked by Tianyu and hit the wall in the distance. Tianyu walked over step by step. Guild also struggled to stand up, staring at Tianyu with his eyes open to Yuhi. Tianyu slowly walked over and put a lot of pressure on him. Damn it. I am Emperor Going. Guild Tessero, how is it possible? Just fall here, awaken. Guild roared, biting Kiba. Tianyu, who was walking slowly, also looked at Guild in surprise. He saw that the buildings, ground, and even the seats around Guild began to going. Guild's fruit ability began to affect the surrounding, and the surrounding environment was also going, forming the status of the Logia Devil Fruit abilities. It turned out to be Devil Fruit Awakening. Tianyu also looked at Guild in surprise. I didn't expect you to have such talent. I thought you were just a nouveau riche with a lot of money. Now, I want to treat you. It's changed. There's more that you don't know. Let's show you my true power. That power belongs to God. God Going. Guild shouted frantically, looking like a madman. Seeing the going around him who was awakened by his fruit, they began to gather towards Guild's body and wrapped around him. Guild's body slowly grew larger under Going's wrapping, and finally a going giant appeared in front of Tianyu. Ha 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 ha, see it. This is the power that belongs to me, the power of God, and I am the God of the New World. Guild shouted arrogantly, but he also had arrogant capital. Under this huge giant, his strength has also been greatly improved, and he can also be called a strong man. God. Tianyu smiled and didn't care. If your power is God, then I'll show you the power beyond God. Wooden Man. The wooden figurine appeared in front of Guild. The wooden figurine had a larger size than Guild, and also held a huge and sharp wooden knife in his hand. Huh, it's made of wood. Watch me break you. Although Guild was a little surprised by the huge size of the other party, he didn't care at all. After all, how could the giant made of wood be comparable to the giant he made of going? Then, come and give it a try. Tianyu said disdainfully. Those who dared to look down on his wooden figurines have already died under the huge power of the wooden figurines, and even Redfield died tragically by the wooden figurines. Give me death. Guild controlled the going giant and punched Tianyu's wooden man. Cut. Tianyu stood on the wooden man, controlling the wooden man, only to see the wooden man wave the wooden knife in his hand, and then slash at the going giant. Boom. With one slash, the real power of the wooden man also burst out, and the wooden knife also revealed its unmatched sharpness, especially under Armament Hockey's entanglement. Yes, Tianyu has been able to wrap Armament Hockey on the wooden knife. Going Giant's punch. Under the full force of the Tianyu wooden man, even the fist formed by Going was directly cut off, split from the middle, and the entire right arm was abolished, even if Guild controlled is slowly recovering. Damn, how could this be? Guild also cursed inwardly. He never thought that he, who was originally Going, could be split open by wood so easily, although he was surprised that Armament Hockey could wrap around the wooden man. How could the gap be so big? Guild couldn't believe it. Just let you see how big the gap is. Tianyu didn't give Guild time to recover, and he slashed out again with a knife, one knife after another, 3 in a row. Guild didn't continue to recover the going giant, but waved his fist to meet him. He knew that if it didn't, he might only have a dead end. However, even if Guild waved his fist to resist, the gap was still too big. Guild's going giant had 2 arms. It was directly chopped to pieces, and at the same time, a huge crack appeared in the chest. It seems that your going is not very good. Next, let's solve you. Tianyu said. Damn, don't underestimate people too much. Guild rushed towards Tianyu angrily. Even though the going giant lost his arms, under Guild's control, he still had a fast speed and rushed towards Tianyu. Armed wooden sword King Kong. Tianyu controlled the wooden figurine to display the sword technique. Under Armament Hockey's reinforcement, the wooden sword slashed down with the momentum of slicing Mount Washin with a single slash, carrying 1,000 strength. Boom! The wooden knife slashed, and the going giant also passed by, and then the 2 sides did not move. After a few seconds, the going giant began to collapse, and was cut in half by Tianyu's attack. Guild was also silent, and the going giant slowly fell down. Chapter 369 Collection. Looking at the fallen going giant, Tianyu also knew that he had dealt with the opponent, so he jumped off the wooden figurine and stood on the ground. The wooden figurine was also guarding behind Tianyu, guarding Tianyu like a guard. Miscellaneous all equal G all equal. In Tianyu's observation hockey perception, Guild has no breath and is obviously dead, so Tianyu ignored him and took out the phone bug. Akainu, you can act now. Then hung up the phone bug. All the people come to me, go to clean up the battlefield. Under the order of Akainu, these people who were completely loyal to Marine also entered Gurren Tessero and started their operations. The whole Gurren Tessero was also in turmoil at the beginning of the battle. Because of the huge movement of the battle, those people also knew that there was a great character fighting here, and they also planned to leave here. After all, the fun can continue next time, but there is only one life. At the beginning of the battle, the 9 snakes have already begun to scrape the things here. As long as it is valuable, all of them are in their collection range. A large number of going, antiques, weapons, famous knives, and even the devil fruit was also discovered, and the people of 9 snakes collected these things quickly. They knew that they didn't have much time. If Marine came, they would have no chance. While the 9 snakes were in action, the people of the Revolutionary Army also acted. Fortunately, the 2 sides were in 2 directions, so the 2 sides did not meet. Otherwise, there would be friction. Tianyu also searched in this palace after solving Guild Tessero. Tianyu believed that Guild Marine's most precious treasure must be here, and there might be some unexpected harvest. Soon, Tianyu found it behind the going throne in the middle of the palace. After opening a secret door, Tianyu pushed it open without hesitation and walked in. After walking in, Tianyu was also attacked by a large number of hidden weapons, and even the existence of sea stone. Fortunately, Tianyu's strength was there, so there was no danger. Of course, the most excessive thing was that there was a passage formed by sea stone. It was also to guard against the entry of those with abilities. After reaching the end, Tianyu also discovered Guild's treasure. I saw that there were 3 knives and 20 devil fruits here. These things also shocked Tianyu, because Tianyu found that these 3 knives were all large knives. Tianyu guessed that good knives would not look good on Guild. Among the 20 devil fruits, although 15 are Zone's devil fruit and the rest are Paramesha's, this is already amazing enough. It can be said that even Marine's collection is similar to these. Even not as good as him, this is what makes Tianyu Sai worthy of the emperor going. After finding these things, Tianyu didn't think much about it, and then he packed it up and quickly destroyed the place to ensure that it would not be discovered by others. Tianyu also quickly left here and found the person responsible for this operation of 9 snakes. People, Sonia. Who, when Tianyu rushed towards here, Sonia's super-wide observation haki had already sensed Tianyu's arrival, but she didn't know who it was. Tianyu did not hide himself and appeared directly in front of Sonia. Fortunately, there was no one else here, so Tianyu also appeared directly. Brother-in-law, why are you? Sonia asked. Sonia, exactly, here are the devil fruits and the famous knife I found, take them back. Tianyu handed Sonia a large package. Sonia took the package and opened it, and she was stunned. Brother-in-law, where did you find so many devil fruits? Could it be that you robbed the world government? Sonia had never seen so many devil fruits before. Even though most of them are Zone's devil fruits, but that's pretty amazing. This is Guild Tessero's collection. I found it. You can take it back. Quickly increase the strength of the 9 snakes. The battle is coming, Tianyu said solemnly. Don't worry, brother-in-law, I know, we have already tried our best to find that devil fruit, and now we have an eye for it. I believe we will be able to find it soon. Sonia said. That's good, as long as you find it, then you will be invincible. Tianyu said, well, hurry up after you collect it. Marine will soon surround this place, the world government, the people who are here will also take action, and if they find out, it will be troublesome. Quote. Don't worry, brother-in-law, we'll be leaving soon. Sonia also knew the importance of the matter. Well, then I'll go first. After Tianyu finished speaking, he also left here and rushed towards Marine. After Tianyu left, Sonia also put away the package, and then returned to the place of the 9 snakes. Hurry up, Marine's people are coming here. Move me fast, this is not the time to meet them. Good time. Sonia cried. Yes, Lord Sonia. The 9 snakes also quickened their pace immediately. After a while, they finally stopped. Lord Sonia, the boat we brought is already full. 9 snakes people reported. Leave all here, go back to the 9 snakes. Sonia saw this without hesitation, and left here immediately. The 9 snakes also all got on the submarine and left here. They all came here by submarine. Quietly. When the 9 snakes left, the Revolutionary Army also got a large amount of materials. There, we have already got a lot of materials and money. We can leave. After all, the Marine people have already completely surrounded this place. If you don't leave, you won't be able to leave. Sabo said. Then just leave. This time we also got a lot of money. I believe that the actions of the Revolutionary Army can develop quickly. Shang said. Okay, let's retreat. Sabo also left here with the Revolutionary Army, and left here quietly. After the 9 snakes and the Revolutionary Army left, Marine's people also completely surrounded Gulen Tessero, and then began to clean up materials and funds. The people who can come here are Marine's diehard loyalists, so these people are also trustworthy. At this time, Tianyu also came to Akainu. How is it? That guild? Akainu asked after seeing Tianyu. Well, he has been solved by me. Tianyu replied, it seems that this time, we should be able to get the funds we need. Tianyu looked at the busy crowd. Definitely, Akainu replied. Chapter 370 Robbery. Marine's actions were carried out in an orderly manner, and a large amount of materials and money were swept out. Of course, the most important thing was money. A large number of going products and berry were swept out, and then loaded onto Marine's warships. SV. A large number of warships were filled. For this operation, Marine directly mobilized 50 warships. So many warships are enough to fight a war. Just in case, in addition to Tianyu and Akainu, there are also Kuo, Zan, Fujitora, and Sakumo are 3 people on the warship, in order to prevent someone from getting the news to attack. After all, so much money, everyone will be tempted. This cleaning operation continued for a day and a night without ending. The 50 warships were half-loaded. Akainu and Tianyu were also waiting patiently. At this time, a marine came to the 2 of them and said, report to Marshal Kanglong, Akainu Admiral, we found that 2 areas have been cleaned, except for the things that cannot be taken away. They have all been cleaned. It is definitely a large number of people. Did someone take advantage of the mess? Who is it? Akainu said. It must have been done before we encircled here, which means that their purpose is also guild, but they didn't think that we were also here to encircle and suppress guild, so they took the opportunity to grab a sum and left. Tianyu said. Don't worry about them, the most important thing for us now is to get what we can get first. Akainu said. He also knew that it was impossible to find those 2 forces at this time. Next, it took 2 days for the entire Gulen Tessero to be completely cleaned by Marine. Everything was collected by Marine, and there was nothing valuable here. Everything has been collected, and the people from the world government are here, and the next thing is theirs. Tianyu said, looking at the people in the world government. Well, let's go back next. Akainu agreed. Let's go. Tianyu and Akainu then returned to the warship, and Kuzan, Sakumo, and Fujitora also came over. Everything is collected, Kuzan asked. Yes, we can return to sail. Tianyu said, how about it? How many warships are loaded? The 50 warships here are all the highest level warships of the Marine headquarters, so there are still 48 ships. If there are more, I am afraid that it will not be full. At that time, it was still a troublesome thing. Fujitora laughed. I didn't expect there to be so much wealth here. Even though Sakumo didn't care much about wealth, he was surprised by so much wealth. Barry, who owns 20% of the world, is not for nothing. I estimate that the things here are less than half of his wealth. Tianyu said, I don't believe that he will have no property elsewhere. Indeed, but I don't know how much wealth there can be here. Kuzan said curiously. When we arrive at the Marine headquarters, we will know after statistics. Tianyu is also very curious. Let's go directly. So Marine's 50 warships also headed towards Marine headquarters. The scale of the 50 warships also directly shocked the major forces. They launched the intelligence network one after another, wanting to know what Marine is going to do. Will it be right? Do it yourself. After the intelligence was collected, everyone was silent. They also knew about the fall of Emperor Going and Guild Tessero, and at the same time, they also knew what was inside these 50 warships. It was boundless wealth, and the real wealth could rival a country. Whether it was 10 billion, 30 billion, or even 50 billion, they didn't dare to think about it. Everyone's eyes were hot, but they still didn't act. They believed that Marine had definitely opened up and waited for them to come in. Everyone is waiting for someone to take the initiative to attack, and when the time comes, they are looking to see if there is a chance. In the past of 1010, Marine has not been attacked by any forces for a while. After all, so many warships are already scary enough, and ordinary forces really dare not go. During these times, those forces also learned about Marine's senior management. Trend. Most of those vice admiral did not move, only 10 vice admiral did not trace, that is to say in those fleet, there are 10 vice admiral, and marine headquarters has Borsellino. Ryokugyu 2 admirals sit in marine headquarters. Sengoku temporarily handles marine the documents of the marshal. The other admiral were not found, which means that there were 1 marine marshal, 4 admiral, 10 vice admiral, and a large number of marine soldiers in those fleets. Marine also makes a lot of forces die. This kind of force is too powerful. Even the 3 emperors are not opponents, unless all the 3 emperors are dispatched, but this means the arrival of the World War. This is the absolute of the 3 emperors. Impossible to do. When the marine fleet was about to arrive at the marine headquarters, the pirates finally couldn't bear it anymore. After all, the things here are so attractive, and a large number of pirates united. Yes, the pirate alliance, there is no way, alone pirates can't be marine's opponents. Pirates of all sizes in the New World are united, and there are people from various forces. The fish and dragons are mixed, and the pirate group under the 3 emperors is also in it. Of course, there are only a few, and the number is very small. The alliance between the pirates it has reached an astonishing 100 pirate groups, and the total number has reached as many as 30,000. After all, it is a small pirate alliance, and the number is still small. These pirates unite and go towards Marine. Their purpose is not defeat Marine, just want to take the opportunity to grab 1 or 2 warships, then for them, it is definitely a deal. The formation of the pirate alliance, Marine headquarters and Tianyu also knew about it at the same time. Marine headquarters also immediately sent 20 vice admiral headed by Garp to the Marine fleet to support. It looks like those pirates are going to take the opportunity to rob. Tianyu sneered while looking at the information in his hand. This is normal. After all, the wealth here is amazing, and it is normal for them to take risks. Kuzan said. Dare to attack our marine chief, then let them die without a burial. Akainu said solemnly. However, our troops are still a bit small after all, it's better to be safe. After all, the things here are really important. Fujitora said. So, I plan to fight this battle with us as the main one. Each of the 4 admiral leads 2 vice admiral to sit in the front, back, left, and right directions of the fleet. If there are pirates attacking, we will defeat them from a distance, and we cannot let them come over. I'm commanding in the middle, Tianyu said. Okay, all the people agreed with this idea. They also knew that the marine headquarters had come to support, and the distance from here was not far. Chapter 371 Attack and Crush. Akainu and the other 4 also immediately came to the front and rear of the fleet, sitting there, waiting for the arrival of the pirates. Zine Insect. The time soon came to the second day, and a larger number of pirate alliance also appeared in front of the marine people. They also appeared in a mighty manner, and they were divided into 4 directions to attack. As long as one succeeded, then their action this time was worth it. Seeing the arrival of the pirates, everyone became serious, but they were not afraid at all. After all, there were Marshal Marine and 4 admirals sitting here, and they had absolute confidence. The pirates attacked in 4 directions. About 25 ships in each direction came quickly towards the marine fleet. They didn't plan to fire. After all, if the warship was sunk, it would be them who would suffer. The pirates are here, Kuzan freezes their ships, and the warships are ready for shelling. Admirals are free to attack. Tianyu took out the phone bug and ordered. Tianyu was not worried at all. After all, with Fujitora here, the ability has a deadly attack against such a large-scale enemy. Understood. Ice Age. Kuzan jumped towards the sea. At the moment of contact with the sea, the entire sea that was visible to the naked eye was frozen, and the pirate ships in 4 directions were also completely frozen. When Frozen came towards their side, Akainu and others shot directly, shattering the power of Frozen, preventing their warships from being frozen. When the pirate ship was frozen, all the warships started shelling. Boom. Boom. A large number of shells flew towards the frozen pirate ship in the distance, and a large number of pirate ships were bombarded. Damage. Damn. Hit me back. Take care of him. A pirate captain said angrily. His ship had just been destroyed. You must know that as a pirate, the ship is the most important thing. Now it has been destroyed. I don't know if it is the keel was damaged, so he was also angry, regardless of whether it would attack the money in the warship. Retaliate. The pirates who received the captain's order immediately launched artillery fire. However, their cannons were much worse than Marine's, and could not attack Marine at all. Even if they did, they were shot down by Marine's masters. Well, Marine was completely unharmed. After seeing that the pirate ship was frozen, the admiral also took action one after another. The first one was Akainu, meteor volcano. Akainu sent a lot of magma fists towards the sky, and then the magma fell from the sky and smashed towards the pirate ship. Boom, boom, boom. A large number of pirate ships were damaged under the magma of Akainu, and the pirates suffered heavy casualties, but the magma fell mercilessly, and the screams continued. Tsukumo didn't have any surprises, just slashed with one knife after another, one after another. Huge sword energy directly slashed at the pirate ship, and a large number of pirate ships were directly cut off. Even if someone blocked Tsukumo's attack, the next sword energy still cut off their pirate ship. One after another sword chi cut off the pirate ship, and the pirates were also killed by the sword chi. The massive amount of sword chi that overflowed was also amazing, and it was no worse than Logia's attack. I can't be left behind either. Fire Matsuri. Fujitora swung towards the sky with his staff and knife. He also locked the meteorites in the sky, and then a large number of meteorites were pulled down by his gravity. Within 2 minutes, a large number of black dots appeared in the sky, and soon the black dots gradually became larger. It was a meteorite. What is this? A pirate raised his head and saw it. The other pirates also raised their heads and looked at the sky. This is a meteorite. Hurry up and dodge. One pirate immediately shouted shrilly, and then ran away frantically. At this time, the meteorite that covered the sky finally fell down. Counting it down, there were as many as 10. The pirates fled wildly, but no matter how fast they were, they couldn't escape the attack range of the meteorite. Boom, boom. 10 meteorites fell. No matter how thick the ice layer was, it was of no use at all. In the face of this devastating attack, the pirates were completely helpless, and a large number of people died directly. After the attack, even those who survived were only able to swim in the sea. There was not a single pirate ship left, and they could only hold wooden boards. Ah la la, I'm really motivated. Kuzan looked at the three of Kamui. It seems that I can't fall behind. The glacier is falling. Kuzan activated his devil fruit ability. High in the sky the water vapor was directly frozen, and then a huge iceberg formed and fell towards the pirate ship. The huge iceberg was no smaller than Fujitora's meteorite. Attack. After preparing, the pirates responded immediately, and a large number of attacks were directed towards iceberg. However, where are the pirates who came here to be strong? The highest is the vice admiral level, so in the face of Kuzan's attack, they were completely useless. Boom. The huge glacier fell, and a large number of pirates died on the spot. The pirate ships also shattered, and the pirates suffered heavy losses. After the attack of the four, the pirates suffered heavy losses, and a large number of pirate ships were destroyed into pieces of wooden boards. The survivors on the pirate side looked at the scene in front of them, and they were all stunned, and they had no strength to resist. Among the 4 attacks, Tsukumo and Akainu were the best, and the number of pirates who survived was also the largest. The next one was Kuzan, and a relatively large number of people survived. The most tragic one was Fujitora. Basically no one survives, only the lucky ones survive. Damn, I'm not a pirate. Some of the pirates who survived cried bitterly. Faced with such a scene, how could they still have plans to resist? However, their plans did not affect Marine at all. The attack of the 4 continued without any pause. Facing the pirates, they showed no mercy, and those who could rob them would not be good people. In the absence of masters on the pirate side, Akainu and the others were completely unable to resist their attacks, even with a large number of people. But in the face of the attacks of the Logia Devil Fruit powers, their deaths are only a matter of time. Soon, the pirates died one after another. When Garp brought Marine to support, the battle was over. Marine also broke through the ice, and then started the warship to leave here, which also attracted a large number of Sea Kings. At the same time, everything that happened here was reported by people from other forces, and the major forces that were waiting also received the news, and the major forces were relatively silent. The 370th chapters of each harvest. Seeing the information on the table, the major forces also pressed their turbulent hearts. They also did not expect Marine to solve so many people so neatly. They also saw the powerful power of Marine. Angle plus or minus insect angle. Originally, they planned to swarm up if Marine showed anything wrong, but now that Marine has dealt with those pirates so quickly, it makes them not dare to act rashly, especially after knowing that Marine hero Garp is also dispatched. They are helpless. Abandoning this action, I can only watch the glittering money go away. At the same time, for the newly appointed Marine Admiral of Fujitora, the major forces have also paid special attention to it, especially the fact that the other party can use meteorites as an attack, which also makes the major forces sound the alarm. If the other party comes to their own station to send a meteorite, if so, I am afraid that there is no strength to resist at all, so for Fujitora, the major forces are also paying special attention to it. After solving the pirates, Tianyu and the others continued to go. It was not far from the Marine headquarters, and Mr. Garp's support had come. Therefore, although the Marines did not relax their vigilance, they settled down. Not long after, a warship appeared in the distance, especially it was coming from the Marine headquarters, and with the special dog-headed warship, Tianyu and the others also knew that Mr. Garp was coming, and soon, the two sides converged. Ha 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 ha, Tianyu boy, how are you? Are you okay? Garp's carefree voice came directly. Garp came to Tianyu, and after the support came, Akainu and others also came back from their warships and came to Tianyu. Trouble you, Mr. Garp, if the trouble is solved, it has been solved. Tianyu said without caring about Garp's appearance. It's so fast. Garp was also startled. He didn't expect it to be so fast. There are tens of thousands of people in the pirates. It's not fast, especially after seeing their attack. I know it's not fast. Their strength has improved, and they have developed even more powerful abilities. Tianyu pointed at Akainu and the others with a smile. To be honest, Isho's meteorite attack is really shocking. It's more powerful than Conqueror Haki, Kuzan said. Where? I'm still a long way off. Fujitora said embarrassedly. Okay, let's go back to the Marine headquarters. Go back early, and feel at ease. Tianyu said, so the warship also sailed with full force and headed for the Marine headquarters. Soon, the Marine fleet returned to the Marine headquarters. In the Marine headquarters, Sengoku and Suru Vice Admiral were also ready to receive. Once the warship arrived at the port, a large number of personnel came to receive and count. Okay, let's go back, we'll leave it to Suru Vice Admiral. Tianyu said. Leave 2 Admiral guards, Sengoku said, just in case. He added. Alright, let's work in groups of 2, let's take turns changing shifts. Tianyu also agreed with Sengoku's proposal. Then it's me and Mr. Kuzan. Let's guard today, how about it, Mr. Kuzan? Fujitora asked. Ah la la, it's so troublesome. That's it. Although he said trouble, Kuzan agreed. Then, let's change shifts tomorrow. Akainu and Sakumo also left here and went to rest. Suru Vice Admiral also began to count, and when Marine started to count, the 9 snakes and the Revolutionary Army also returned to their respective bases, and then began to count their gains. Sabo, Bear, you're back. Dragon said after seeing the 2 of them. How is it? How is the harvest this time? Dragon was looking forward to it. A bumper harvest, Sabo said happily. The exact number is still being counted. Anyway, this time, we can definitely make our capital chain more abundant, and it should be able to support our actions for a year. Really? Dragon also looked at the finances expectantly, waiting for the results. After all, Sabo and the others didn't get much. After a day's inventory, They also got specific data. Boss, we have a great harvest this time. Sabo came over happily. How much? Dragon also asked expectantly. 2 devil fruits, a good knife, and a total of 8 billion bellies, including all kinds of goings, antiques, etc., and a lot of arms. Sabo said happily. Okay, this action is enough for us to do a year of action. It seems that it is really a bumper harvest. Even with Dragon's calmness, he was excited. These assets are also a huge sum of money for the Revolutionary Army. In the Nine Snakes Pirates, Sonia also led the 9 snakes back to the 9 Snakes station by submarine. Sonia, how is it? Is everything going well? Hancock asked. Don't worry, Sister Huang, everything is going well. Come, move all the things down. Sonia instructed the 9 snakes to move the things they got. A lot of property was taken out of the submarine by the 9 snakes, and the grandmother who came here was also confused. How much is there? I don't know, but there should be 10 billion. Sonia gave a rough figure. What? So many? My mother-in-law was stunned. She had thought it would be more than a few billion, but she didn't expect there would be so many. The most important thing is the things my brother-in-law gave me. Sonia also took out the package Tianyu gave her and handed it to Hancock. What is it? Hancock also opened it and looked at it, and even with Hancock's knowledge, he was surprised. What the heck is it? Snakeheim. My mother-in-law was suddenly curious. What was the thing that Tianyu could take personally? It's a devil fruit. The key is that there are as many as 20. Hancock said blankly, knowing that even though she was the 3rd emperor, she had never seen so many devil fruits at once. What? 20 devil fruits? Mother-in-law, Garrett and Kuina were also stunned. See for yourself. Hancock opened the package, and 20 devil fruits appeared in front of everyone's eyes. It's really 20 devil fruits. How rich is that emperor going? The mother-in-law was stunned. I really don't know how much his entire property is. Kuina was also very curious. The 9 snakes also quickly counted the harvest this time. Even Hancock was looking forward to this harvest. It took the 9 snakes one day to finally count the harvest from this operation. Sonia also took it. When I got to the list, I came to Hancock and others. The 370th chapters of their respective collections. How much do we get this time? Hancock couldn't wait. Miscellaneous. Sister Huang, our total money this time is more than 12 billion berries, including going, jewelry, antiques, arms, weapons, 3 devil fruits, 2 good knives, plus 20 devil fruits given by my brother-in-law. 3 big sharp knives. These are all the benefits of our operation. Sonia also said blankly. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's just a simple action to get so much money. Didn't Marine get hundreds of billions of bellies? Why did the grandmother get excited? According to the size of the area, Marine should get about 150 billion birds. Sonia came to this conclusion after estimating the size of her own side. The money we got this time has been saved. We won't use it yet, but those devil fruits and famous knives will immediately select the loyal ones and let them eat them. Now we want to improve our strength as much as possible. In addition, speed up the speed to find that thing. We have to find it. Hancock said calmly. Okay, Queen. Sonia and the others also responded. In addition, it is worth mentioning that Baccarat of Gulen Guild, the one who ate the lucky fruit, also joined the 9 Snakes Pirates. The female pirate group is still very suitable for her. Marine headquarters, after 5 days of inventory, exhausted a large number of people, and finally counted all the harvest of this operation. Suru Vice Admiral also looked at the list of materials in his hand in surprise, and then came to the marshal's office. Tianyu, they are all here, waiting for the final result. Suru Vice Admiral walked in. Everyone's eyes turned to Suru Vice Admiral, with fire in their eyes. Suru, how much money is there? Mr. Garp asked impatiently. Tianyu and the others were also looking at Suru Vice Admiral. Admiral. Suru Vice Admiral saw what they were looking forward to, smiled, then sat down and drank a cup of tea unhurriedly. Suru. Hurry up. You are so anxious. Sengoku also couldn't help it. Okay. Suru Vice Admiral also took out the list. The total value of these supplies, going, jewelry, antiques, ammunition, weapons, is worth a total of 150 billion berries, and there are other things not included in it. The devil 5 fruits, 1 big knife, 5 good knives, these are all the harvests. Suru Vice Admiral read. Everyone was silent for a long time, all digesting the impact of this news. Although there have been speculations, but I didn't expect to have so much money. It seems that he is known as Emperor Going, who owns 100% of the world's the 20th of berry is not nonsense. Tianyu said with emotion. This amount of money, even if we continue to wage war, is enough for us to spend 2 years. Sengoku exclaimed. So, can we finally start? Akainu got excited. Up to now, we have 500 pacifists and 1,000 man-made zone devil fruits, and all of them have learned 1 or 2 Rokushiki moves. It can be said that they basically have school-level strength. The top ones even have general-level strength. There are enough supplies, and we have a huge number of masters. It can be said that now is the time for us to enter the new world. Everyone, the time has come, and we will thoroughly implement our justice. Tianyu said excitedly. Everything is for justice, everyone said seriously. In the new world, Luffy and the others were also ready to go to the location of the Big Mom pirates. Their every move, at this time, also attracted the attention of countless people, and the storm began to brew. Marine headquarters, Tianyu also got the information about Luffy and the others. The Straw Hat Pirates have already started to attack the Big Mom pirates. Tianyu looked at the information in his hand and said. I don't know what means they have. They dare to go to the base camp of the Big Mom pirates like this. Kuzan wondered. You must know that there are countless affiliated pirates under the Big Mom group. The Straw Hat Big Fleet, formed by multiple pirates and organizations, and the Yuhi Heart Pirates are also heading towards the Big Mom pirates. It seems that they are going to support the Straw Hats, but in this way, the difference in combat power is still there. Too big, there is no hope of victory. Suru Vice Admiral said. So I'm going to help them. Tianyu said with a smile. The army is gathering and intimidating the new world. I want to see if Big Mom will let all its pirates deal with the Straw Hat Pirates. Indeed, now is the best chance. Suru Vice Admiral agreed. Order. Marine belongs. All generals go to the Marine headquarters, and all the Marine elites are also called to go to the Marine headquarters. The 4 Cs in the Marine branch in the first half of the Great Route. Only keep the necessary defense forces, all at the fastest speed, above. Tianyu ordered. Yes. The soldiers immediately notified Marine bases all over the world at the fastest speed, and the Marine army began to advance. The actions of Marine around the world have also attracted the attention of major forces, especially the attention of pirates, especially the 3 emperors. They also knew that Marine was going to enter the new world, and they also got in touch. Marine's action is definitely going to enter the new world. What to do now? You guys are specific. Hancock said, and they also contacted by phone. What's there to consider? We can all gather together the 3 forces. Kaido said nonchalantly. He was the least worried person. After all, his immortality made him feel no pressure. Here I am, the Straw Hats have declared war on me. I can't just let them go, right? Said Big Mom. You leave your headquarter pirate group, and the others will lead your pirate group to gather. You can't even beat the pirate group that 10 of them are dissatisfied with. Kaido sneered. I'll let them know what real horror is. Big Mom said coldly. That's it, all gather forces and gather at the entrance to the new world. Hancock said, and hung up the phone bug. Kaido hung up the phone too. Jack, get us all together and go. Kaido ordered. Okay, Emperor. Jack immediately went to assemble the staff. Big Mom pirates. Big Mom then also called the manpower. Perospero, you led our pirates, and then go to the entrance of the new world, to block Marine. I stay here, waiting for the arrival of those little devils. Big Mom said. Okay, Mom. Perospero also responded, and then the Big Mom pirates gathered. 9 snake pirates. After Hancock hung up the phone, Sonia, gather all our people, gather, and go to the entrance of the New World. Hancock ordered. Okay, Sister Huang. The 9 snake pirates began to gather. Chapter 374 talks about. The assembly of the 3 emperors' pirates also attracted everyone's attention, which was also a reaction to Marine's actions. All equal miscellaneous G all equal. New World, Dark World, and Blackbeard Diki also received the news. Brothers, we also gather to meet the Empress. Zia ha 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 ha. Blackbeard Diki also summoned a manpower to stop Hancock. Blackbeard Diki really intends to stop the 9 snakes. After all, the New World will be completely chaotic only if Marine enters the New World. In this case, he will have the opportunity to realize his dream. As for Marine entering the New World, whether the problem of pirates will be completely solved, Diki Blackbeard is not worried at all. After all, there are thousands of pirates. With Marines, it is impossible to succeed. Help Marine enter a new world. Marine headquarters, Tianyu also learned the news of the pirates uniting. The pirates are uniting, which is not what I expected. Among them, the Big Mom pirate group just let her pirate group come over, and she herself dealt with it. The Straw Hat pirates, the Big Mom pirates without high-end combat power are nothing to worry about, so now there are only the beasts and the 9 snakes. And the 9 snakes are at most half the number of people, so we just need to seize the opportunity, then we can enter the New World and stand firm. Tianyu said while looking at the intelligence. Now, let's wait for Tiki the Blackbeard to act. Suru Vice Admiral also said. That's right, let's wait. Tianyu said, looking at Marine who kept coming. Tianyu came to a place that no one had found. He also called Dragon. Hey, is that Dragon? Tianyu said. Ah, it's me. Thank you last time. Dragon said. It's nothing, although I can't directly support your actions, but if I can help you, I'm still willing to do it. Tianyu said. Is something wrong this time? Dragon asked. You already know about Luffy, right? Tianyu asked. That's right, Dragon said, and of course his son Dragon would care. I know you will definitely help Luffy. After all, Luffy is not Big Mom's opponent yet. Tianyu paused. This time Marine's action. I will ask Gorosei 5 elders to put at least half of their CP power into among the pirates of the New World. I believe that this way, your actions will be smoother, right? If it is true that half of the CPs are transferred, it will really help a lot. I have the confidence to speed up the revolution. In this way, in just 2 more years, I will have enough to compete with the world government. Power, Dragon said. The war between us and the pirates will definitely last forever, and the world government will also focus on it, so this is a good time for you to develop with all your strength. I believe that after we solve the pirates, it will be revolutionary. The time has come, Tianyu said. It's just that with the power of the world government for so many years, even if we have the power of half of the world government's allied countries, I am afraid it is not their opponent. I think the power of the pirates is still needed. Dragon said. He meant that the pirates cannot all be destroyed. Light. I understand what you mean. Tianyu said. I just plan to kill those brutal pirates, such as Kaido, Big Mom, Blackbeard Diki, and the rest of the 9 snakes are the One Piece King the first plan to launch. Of pirates, of course, it would be even better if it was Luffy. Luffy is destined not to be a dictator, so I am more optimistic about Luffy, but his strength is too poor. Tianyu said. Well, Luffy's strength is indeed like this. Like Roger, he yearns for freedom, not domination, so you are optimistic about the 9 snakes? Dragon asked. Indeed, although the 9 snakes are a pirate group, their reputation is very good, and the people under their banners also live very well. That's why I chose them. What's more important is that they are women, and women have rights in terms of rights. Naturally I don't care, so I decided to choose them as a force to overthrow the world government. Tianyu said. Well, I agree too. Dragon also agreed with Tianyu's idea. By the way, you can go to the 7 waters. I got the information. There are ancient weapons, the birthplace of Hades, you can look for them. After all, Since ancient weapons exist, the world government is likely to have them. This even if the possibility is small, we have to consider it. Tianyu threw out an important piece of information. Pluto. That huge battleship that can destroy an island with one shot. Even after hearing this information with Dragon's calmness, he immediately lost his temper. That's right, that Pluto. However, you have to pay attention. The world government has been paying attention to their Fishman Tom who helped One Piece, King of Pirates Roger build ships, you know. Tianyu asked. Of course, he is still famous. Dragon said, after all, the sea train is still famous in the world. Pluto's manufacturing drawings were kept by him. Later, after he died, he gave them to his disciples for safekeeping. His disciples included Iceberg, the mayor of the Seven Waters, and Frankie on the Luffy ship, although the drawings were burned by Frankie. Yes, but I think there is a high possibility that the Seven Waters capital still has other blueprints. Tianyu explained. I understand, I will send someone to look for it. Dragon said seriously. Well, that's it, I wish you all the best. Tianyu also hung up the phone. Dragon hung up the phone, he thought about it and found the bear. Bear, I have something absolutely important to trouble you. Dragon looked serious. What is it? Bear asked, not knowing what was so important, looking at Dragon's expression. I got the news, it's about the ancient weapon Pluto. Dragon also told Shang the news from Tianyu, so, I want you to look it up and see if there is any information left. I don't think there is only one copy of the blueprint. Dragon also believed that one copy of the blueprint should be kept. I see, I'll go right away. Shang also knew the importance of this matter, so he set off immediately without hesitation. Looking at Shang's disappearing figure, Dragon was also very emotional. He thought of Tenryubito's secret treasure. It is precisely because of the existence of that secret treasure that Tenryubito has been able to enjoy privileges until now. Maybe, they are because the master has ancient weapons. Control, otherwise, the Gorosei, 5 elders won't endure the scum. Dragon thought, looks like, just in case, it's better to wait until you have absolute certainty before starting action. Dragon has decided. Chapter 375 Blocking the Road. The Straw Hat Pirates, Luffy and the others also knew that the power of the 3 emperors began to gather slowly. Luffy, good news. In this way, we don't have to face the countless pirate groups under Big Mom. Nami was excited, shouted at Luffy, plus reversed tilde bug plus. Even so, their headquarters pirate group is very powerful, and the number far exceeds ours. Usopp was still worried. I don't care, I must kill her with my own hands. Luffy said firmly. Is this okay? Sanji said, the pirates under the 3 emperors have all united to fight against Marine, but we are going to deal with Big Mom at this time. If they are defeated by Marine, our life will not be long. It's better. Sanji expressed his concern. Don't worry, it's not that simple. Although Marine is very powerful, the power of pirates is the real terror. If the pirates are not united, otherwise, the world government will be overthrown. So, pirates it won't be so easy to fail. Reiju explained that although she had seen the power of Marine, the pirates were even more powerful, especially the countless hidden masters. Then, I will be more at ease fighting Big Mom. Luffy also said, not caring at all. Of course he didn't think about these things, he just acted according to his own mind. At this time, Big Mom's world is in front of him. Marine Headquarters. By this time, Marine Headquarters has gathered 6 Admiral, 50 Vice Admiral, a large number of Rear Admiral, Commodore, and 300,000 Marine elite soldiers. Of course, Marine's strength is more than that. A large number of Marine soldiers are still coming to support. Marine Headquarters. In the conference room, all the Vice Admiral and Admiral are sitting here. Now, it's time for us to enter the new world. Now I order, all people set out together, enter the new world, occupy the past island by island, advance slowly. Marine Headquarters is guarded by Mr. Sengoku and Mr. Garp. Above, Tianyu said solemnly. Yes, everything is for justice. All the people stood up and shouted loudly. All the Marines set off. Under the leadership of the 6th Admiral, Marines dispatched on a large scale, occupying 6 islands at once, and then continued to occupy the next islands. The islands at the entrance to the New World are powerless, and the pirates will not stay here. Therefore, Marine is also in a rush for a while, and Marine has been going smoothly until the arrival of the 3 emperors. Marine also temporarily stopped himself. He started to confront the pirates. At this time, Tianyu also came to the forefront. When the 9 snakes were dispatched for the first time, they were stopped halfway. How dare you stop our 9 snake pirates? Do you want to live? The pirate ship stopped him and immediately questioned. Ziahahahaha, you still let the Empress come out. You guys are not my opponents. Blackbeard Diki appeared on the bow and laughed loudly. Blackbeard Diki. 9 snakes were also alert. They also knew the identity of Blackbeard Diki, and they also knew that he and Kaido of the Beasts fought without losing the wind, so they also reacted immediately. Go and report to the adults. Immediately, someone reported the news of the Blackbeard Diki blocking the road to the captains of the 9 snakes. My lords, the Blackbeard Diki blocked our boat. Diki the Blackbeard, Kuina said, how could he stop our boat? Kuina wondered, I'll go take a look. Kuina picked up the knife and walked towards Ditch the Blackbeard. Kuina walked over. Hancock noticed the stop of the boat. Sonia, go and see, what happened. Why did the boat stop? Hancock said. Okay, Sister Huang. Sonia walked out directly, came outside, and asked after seeing the team members, what happened? Why did the boat stop? Captain Sonia, just about to report, Blackbeard Diki stopped us. Captain Kuina has already rushed over. Said the 9 snakes. Really? Sonia said, okay, I'll go tell the queen. Sonia then went directly to tell Hancock. Really, Tiki the Blackbeard, come and see with me. Let's see what he wants to do. Hancock also walked out, and Sonia and Groud also followed. When Hancock arrived, Kuina had already confronted Diki the Blackbeard. After seeing Hancock coming, he also stepped aside. Hancock also looked at Diki the Blackbeard. What are you going to do here to stop Empress? No, man of courtesy, Hancock said proudly. Ziahahahaha, is this the first time we've met? Pirate Empress, one of the 3 emperors. Blackbeard said with a curious smile, I'm here just to stop you and not let you pass. Beard Diki did not hide his intentions. It seems that you are planning to take the opportunity to let Marine enter the New World. What? The Dark World still can't satisfy your appetite. It seems that you have great ambitions. Hancock thought thoughtfully. Ziahahahaha, of course, I'm not just content with that place, I'm the one who wants to be the king. Blackbeard Diki made no secret of his ambitions. Since you want to stop us, then it depends on whether you have the strength. Hancock's expression changed and became serious. Petrification arrows. Hancock shot directly, and a large number of petrified arrows were directed towards Blackbeard Diki. Fly away. Ziahahahaha, you really mean to fight? Blackbeard Diki laughed. His hand was not slow. Dark water. A dark Uzumaki appeared in his right hand, and he directly shot the petrified arrow that flew towards him. Inhaled into the darkness, the rest did not care about it. I saw that the rest of the petrified arrows directly petrified the deck, and one unlucky egg was also petrified and turned into a stone. When Blackbeard Diki saw this scene, he also flashed. With a touch of fear, then let you see my move. Air shock. Blackbeard Diki activated the ability to shake the fruit, shattered the air directly, and attacked the 9 snakes. Armament defense. Hancock didn't move, only Sonia, Groud, and Kuina stood in front of them, raised their hands, and used armament hockey to form a defensive wall, blocking Blackbeard Diki's shock attack, and then everyone also took a step back, came behind Hancock, and confronted Blackbeard Diki. The top powerhouses of the 9 snakes all appeared here. Chapter 376 Retreat. After Blackbeard saw that his attack was blocked by them, the fear in his eyes deepened. He did not expect that the 9 snakes pirates would have these 3 admiral powerhouses. In his opinion, the 9 snakes are very powerful. It may be the most powerful pirate group among the 3 emperors, so the Blackbeard Diki immediately decided to try not to offend the 9 snake pirates. Thinking of this, the Blackbeard Diki laughed. Zia ha 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 ha, how about a discussion? Let's just wait here quietly for a while, how about that? Said Blackbeard Diki. A miscellaneous G insecta. What, you ugly person, are you going to admit defeat? Hancock said proudly. Zia ha 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 ha, I just don't want to waste my strength. Think about it. Although Blackbeard Diki was very annoyed by Hancock's words, he still endured it and said. Humph, that's it. Sonia, watch him, and if you have any bad intentions, just kill him. Hancock also left here and walked towards the cabin, but she didn't want to see Tiki the Blackbeard for a moment. After hearing Hancock's order, Sonia, growled, and Kuina also pegged at Blackbeard Diki, in case Blackbeard Diki suddenly shot. If the 3 of them shot at the same time, Blackbeard Diki would definitely not be. The 3 of them are opponents, so Hancock is also relieved to leave this to them. After seeing Hancock's actions, Blackbeard Diki also knew that this battle could be avoided, and he was very proud and relieved. After all, his power is still very weak now. If the losses are heavy, he will not feel distressed. He was still very happy that he was able to avoid fighting because he died, so he didn't show any signs of monitoring Sonia and the others. After all, it was a normal thing, but he didn't have any bad plans. The confrontation between the 9 snakes and the Blackbeard Diki will not be mentioned for the time being. Here, Kaido of the Beasts, he has led all his men to the front of the Marine fleet and confronted Marine. At this time, the pirates under Big Mom the regiments also came here one after another and joined up with Kaido of the Beasts. Why haven't the 9 snakes come yet? Urge me, Kaido said. Yes, Emperor. Kaido's men immediately went to call. After a while, after learning about the situation, Kaido's men also ran back. What happened? Don't all the 9 snakes die? Kaido said. It's Diki Blackbeard. Diki Blackbeard led all his people to stop the 9 snake pirates. Kaido's men reported. What? Are you sure? It's that bastard from Tiki the Blackbeard. Kaido got angry, and the whole person's momentum erupted. Yes, I'm sure, Kaido said with difficulty in the face of such momentum. Damn it, that bastard, Tiki the Blackbeard, doesn't he know that once Marine enters the new world, he won't let him go? That idiot, Kaido was furious. Emperor, what should we do now? Just our pirate group and the Big Mom pirate group with no masters, we can't be Marine's opponents at all. The top power is too different. People will be slaughtered by Marine. Drought Jack worried. Damn it, Kaido scolded angrily, but there was nothing he could do about it. Could it be to retreat directly? It's too embarrassing. I am Kaido of the Beasts. Then what to do, Emperor? Kaido's men asked. After thinking for a long time, Kaido finally said, let's retreat. Now is not the time to fight Marine. After that old woman in Big Mom settles it, it's time to fight Marine. Reckless, but this doesn't mean he has no brains, it's just that his strong strength usually makes him too lazy to think about it. How could it be really stupid to be the existence of the 3 emperors of pirates? Kaido's voice changed, however, Blackbeard that guy, Diki, can't let him go. At least kill all his subordinates. Kaido said fiercely. Okay, Emperor. After hearing Kaido's order, Kaido's subordinates were also excited, at least to kill all of Blackbeard Diki's subordinates, who dared him to do so. By the way, talk to the guy from the Big Mom pirates. Now is not the time for infighting, Kaido said. Okay, Emperor. Drought Jack agreed, and then walked towards Perospero. After Jack came to Big Mom's ship, he directly found Perospero. What's the matter? Drought Jack, what are you doing here with me? Haven't the people of 9 snakes yet? Perospero asked. Not coming, Jack sighed. What happened? Perospero asked. He also knew the importance of the matter. If the 9 snakes didn't come, they would not be Marine's opponents. The 9 snakes were stopped by Blackbeard. Jack Drought said. What? That bastard Blackbeard Dick. Perospero couldn't help but scolded. doesn't he know that after Marine comes in, we'll be better off? He's also a pirate, so do you want Marine to let him go? It's impossible to block Marine now, so we're going to retreat, you all retreat together. After your emperor has solved the Straw Hat Pirates, we'll block Marine again. Jack said, by the way, we're going to fight together with the 9 snakes, we will deal with Blackbeard, and at least kill all his subordinates. I think what should I do after he has no subordinates? Jack said fiercely. Okay, let's work together, at least kill all of Tiki's men. Sparrow said. Afterwards, under Kaido's order, the Kaido pirates, together with their pirates, and Big Mom's pirates all began to evacuate. Facing the pirates' retreat, Marine did not plan to take the opportunity to attack, but just watched their departure. At the same time, the retreat of Kaido and the others also attracted the attention of a large number of people. Everyone was watching this scene. At the same time, they were wondering why Kaido and the others retreated, and why the people of the 9 snakes have not come yet. All the forces also began to collect information. Of course, they didn't think that 9 snakes were afraid of Marine. There must be some reason. At Marine, after seeing the pirates retreat, Tianyu also ordered, the pirates have retreated, we will continue to advance steadily, not requiring speed, but stability, you know. Tianyu ordered. Yes, all the Marines were dispatched again at the same time, and continued to start occupying the islands of the New World, cleaning up the pirates, and everything was going on in an orderly manner. Chapter 377 Siege. Marine was quickly occupying the island that was originally occupied by pirates. After seeing the pirates who ruled them being defeated, the original residents also looked at Marine worriedly, fearing that those Marines would be the same as those pirates. Miscellaneous. However, what reassured them was that Marine didn't do anything after driving away the pirates and occupied the place, but after eliminating the pirates, Chu did nothing, and even helped the residents rebuild their houses, and at the same time, took various things they also paid, so this action also made the residents feel relieved. Marine was methodically occupying the islands of the New World and began to digest them, while Kaido and the others led their pirate group towards Blackbeard Tiki. The location of the 9 snake pirates. Hancock also received a call from Kaido, are you going to teach the Blackbeard Tiki a lesson? Well, Empress was also very upset, so he said Empress agreed. Hancock sneered. Yes, Emperor. The people under his command also replied, and then someone told Sonia and the others the news. After Sonia and the 3 of them learned the news, they also looked at Blackbeard Tiki maliciously. His eyes were full of jokes. Tiki the Blackbeard looked at Sonia 3 people with a strange expression. I don't know why they looked at him like this, but Tiki the Blackbeard didn't care. He didn't think the 9 snakes would take action on him. Time should it's almost there, you can leave after a while. Tiki thought to himself. Just as Blackbeard Tiki was waiting, Kaido's men also came not far from here. Emperor, Blackbeard Tiki and their people are in front. Jack reported. Very good. Blackbeard Tiki that bastard. Give it to me later. Kill them all. Kaido showed a fierce expression. Yes, Emperor. Jack and the others also showed bloodthirsty expressions, looking at Blackbeard Tiki and their fleet. At this time, Blackbeard's men also saw the arrival of the Kaido of the Beasts fleet. No, Tiki boss, Kaido of the Beasts, and Big Mom's pirate group are here, and now they have surrounded us. Get up, Blackbeard Tiki's subordinate said anxiously. What? Blackbeard Tiki suddenly had a bad premonition. Kaido and the others were definitely coming for him. I saw that at this time, the people of 9 snakes had already stopped in front of them, blocking their way. At the same time, the people of 9 snakes also showed a malicious smile, and the black-bearded Tiki's heart suddenly sank to the bottom of the valley. He knew that this time it was over. Although he could definitely escape with his strength, his subordinates would probably be over. Thinking of this, Tiki's face became completely ugly. At this time, Kaido and the people from the Big Mom pirates had already surrounded the Blackbeard Emperor, leaving no space for them. The people of the Blackbeard pirates immediately looked at the scene in front of them in despair. The alliance of the 3 Emperor pirates, At first glance, they have no good intentions towards themselves. How could one of them be their opponent, and all the people have no strength to resist? Blackbeard Diki, you bastard! There was a shout from the sky. A huge figure smashed directly on the Blackbeard Diki's boat, smashing a big hole, and then, Kaido was seen walking alone. Came out. Kaido of the Beasts. What do you mean? Blackbeard Diki's face was completely ugly. It doesn't mean anything. I just intend to kill all your men. I see what you will use to divide the new world. Kaido smiled, showing his white Kiba teeth. Kill it. Kill all those bastards. The Kaido pirates and the Big Mom pirates attacked Blackbeard Diki's men directly. Attack together. Target, Blackbeard pirates. Hancock also ordered directly, and the 9 snake pirates also killed the men of Blackbeard Diki. No, I surrender. Surrender. Some people surrendered immediately, but the other 3 forces completely ignored them and did not accept their surrender, just for one purpose, killing all the men of Diki the Blackbeard. Blackbeard Diki's face was so gloomy that he was finally at ultimate, but he didn't dare to make any move, because Kaido and Hancock had already aimed their momentum at him. I believe that if he made any move, he would definitely usher in the full force of the 2 of them. He was hit, but watching the tragic deaths of his subordinates, Blackbeard Diki couldn't sit still. He knew that if he wanted to escape after all his subordinates died, it would be difficult to do. That's right. Blackbeard Diki directly wanted to run away. After all, he was alone now. How could he be the opponent of the combination of 9 snakes and beasts? If he didn't leave, I'm afraid he would die here. Dichi has already made a decision. Ziahahahaha, Kaido, I didn't expect you to make such a decision. You really underestimate you. Blackbeard Diki laughed. HMPH. Blackbeard Diki. Kaido was also on guard. He didn't think Blackbeard Diki was a good stubble. Hi Gen. Blackbeard Diki directly activated the ability to shake the fruit, punch the sea, instantly the air burst, and then the sea tumbled. At the moment when Blackbeard shot, Kaido also moved, holding the wolf Kiba stick in his hand, carrying 1,000 strength, and smashing towards Blackbeard Diki, completely ignoring that this is the sea. He Kaido of the Beasts is not afraid of sea water, but Blackbeard Diki was afraid. Hancock also launched the attack at the first time, Petrification Arrow. Hancock sent his petrified arrow to Blackbeard Ditch, and also used observation Haki to predict all the movements of Blackbeard Ditch, preventing he avoided this trick. In the face of such an attack, Blackbeard Diki also grinned Isho, Dark Curtain. I saw a dark breath appearing, guarding Blackbeard Diki's side, to block Hancock's attack, and at the same time, the whole person was on the right again. Vibrating power wrapped around the fist, and punched Kaido who was oncoming. Boom! Kaido and Blackbeard Diki collided, and Blackbeard Diki also stepped back a few steps. Hancock's petrified arrow also penetrated the dark curtain, but the power was greatly reduced, and it was directly given by Blackbeard Diki. Avoided the past. At this time, the sea shock that Blackbeard Diki had previously launched also achieved its effect. I saw a huge tsunami formed in the distance, swept towards the place where the battle was taking place, and directly enveloped all the ships in the 4 directions. Ziahahahaha, how about this move? It's okay. Ziahahahaha, I won't accompany you. Blackbeard Diki laughed and grabbed a small boat, and then drove away directly from here, without the slightest hesitate. Straw Hat vs Big Mom. After seeing Diki the Blackbeard taking the opportunity to leave, Kaido and Hancock also ignored it. They both knew that Diki the Blackbeard was not so easy to solve. Besides, it was at sea, and it also had an impact on their strength, so he didn't stop him, and besides, the tsunami still needs the 2 of them to solve it. All equal miscellaneous G all equal. If this huge tsunami hits, I am afraid that their fleet will really suffer heavy losses, so the 2 of them also returned to their fleet for the first time, and then began to attack. Petrification arrows. Hancock did not hesitate at all, and countless petrified arrows headed towards the tsunami. One-shot storm slash. Kuina also slashed with 1 slash. The other captains also started their actions one after another, thunder and lightning, breath, bow and arrow, sword energy, and the power of various devil fruits, all heading towards the tsunami. Kaido's side was also unequivocal, Beastmaster Fist. Kaido's punch that entangled Haki slammed out, and then without the slightest pause, he punched one after another. Kaido's subordinates are not inferior at all. A large number of Zone Devil Fruit powers appeared, and then launched their own attacks towards the tsunami, as did the Big Mom pirates. After the attack of the three-party forces, the tsunami was directly smashed, and then they did not affect the pirate group of the three emperors in the slightest. After the tsunami was solved, the three-party forces also continued to focus on the men of Blackbeard Diki. Blackbeard Diki's subordinates had no intention of resisting after seeing their captain escape. However, Kaido's subordinates did not intend to let them go, and kept killing without the slightest hesitation. The 9 snakes also saw this rescue and left. There is nothing to do here. At the same time, they also made an appointment to continue towards Marine after Big Mom solved the Straw Hat Pirates. 9 snakes also left here. Next, after the Beast Pirates dealt with Tiki's men, they also left here. The members of the Big Mom Pirates were also led by Perospero, heading towards the headquarters of the Big Mom Pirates, Wanguo and Go. At this time, the actions of Kaido of the Beasts were also known by other forces. They also knew about the Blackbeard Diki blocking the 9 snake pirates, and they also knew that Kaido was furious and joined forces with 9 snakes to kill all the Blackbeard Diki's men. The major forces are also very happy with the second, and they are also very angry about the guy Blackbeard Diki. After all, Marine has entered the New World, which is a big blow to their forces, and their forces have suffered a lot. Loss. Marine front line. Marine is advancing in an orderly manner. Since there are no masters on the pirate side, all these matters are now handed over to the Vice Admiral, who are sitting in the warship conference room with Tianyu. This Blackbeard Diki is really unlucky. Tianyu looked at the information and smiled. Let's take a look together. Tianyu then handed the information to Akainu and the others. Akainu and the others also took the information, and then circulated it. Each of them laughed. It seems that the Blackbeard Diki will not dare to unite with us in the future. Borsellino played with fun. He's in a bad time now. His subordinates were killed by Kaido and the others. It's useless for him to have any conspiracy. It's impossible for him to occupy the territory by himself, and then sit in town by himself, right? Kuzan said with a smile. It's up to you, Akainu said coldly. It is estimated that his condition is not good. All the pirates are full of hatred for him. Ryokugyu laughed. Leave him alone, we continue our action. Tianyu said. When Kaido and the others just arrived at the Marine front line, Luffy and his ships came to the place where the nations of Big Mom are located. Looking at the huge nations formed by 34 islands, Luffy and the others couldn't bear it even if it wasn't the first time they saw it. Live in amazement. Luffy and their actions have also attracted the attention of a large number of people. After all, challenging the 3 emperors is a big event. No matter what the outcome of this battle on Cake Island, it will set off a revolution in the New World. The 3 emperors are not high above. The emperor of the emperor will always be thrown off the altar, so there is no need to abandon the original dream to join the 3 emperors because of threats. In other words, you can try to attack the 3 emperors. Even now that Marine has entered the New World and carried out a carpet-like advancement, it has not affected the enthusiasm of the pirates. For the pirates, their own strength is the guarantee of their own survival, so everyone wants to become the 3 emperors. 1. Get to the top. Because of the reason why they sent their own men to join Kaido and the others, there were not many people here, and the original 34 candy ministers were not there, and only a few members were here. Without the obstruction of those cadres, Luffy and the others came to Big Mom's base camp very smoothly, and faced Big Mom directly. Luffy and the others also became serious. At the outskirts of the world, at this time, the members of the Straw Hat Big Fleet have also come here. Although the pirate group of Big Mom has been sent out, they still came here, not to besiege Big Mom, but to give Luffy a retreat. After all, the 3 emperors are still too far away for them, and all of them are seriously waiting for the result. Luffy, You really do have a bunch of friends. Dragon in the Dark had already come here. Watching the arrival of the members of the Straw Hat Fleet, he smiled, and was also happy for Luffy. At the same time, Dragon also activated the ability to affect the weather, create an area of competence that suits you. Luffy and the others came to Big Mom. Straw Hat Boy, you're here again. What, do you think I'll let you go? Big Mom sneered. Humph, I'm here to beat you. Luffy said seriously. Ha ha ha, is it just for the Food Kingdom? Big Mom laughed. I know what happened there. Yes, I ordered it. I personally ordered them to destroy the country. Who made them not deliver desserts on time? What? You've destroyed a country just for some dessert? It's unreasonable. Luffy was outraged. Unreasonable. Ha 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 ha, desserts are the most important thing. Those who dare to stop me, I will not hesitate to destroy the country. Big Mom said nonchalantly. So, I'm here to avenge those people, and I'm going to shoot you myself. You've made me completely angry. Luffy exploded. Little brat, who do you think you are? If you want to fight Mom, you'd better pass me first. Cracker looked at Luffy disdainfully. Chapter 379 Straw Hat vs Big Mom 2. Cracker pointed at Luffy with his own sword, and Sokka's eyes lit up when he saw that the other party was using the sword. Is he a swordsman? Then leave it to me. Luffy, leave it to me here. Sokka came in front of Cracker. Plus reversed tilde bug plus. Be careful, he's strong. Luffy reminded him. Don't worry, I know, but you have to be careful yourself. That's the three emperors. Sokka also reminded. I will win, Luffy said firmly. Then, my opponent is you. Sanji came to Baron Dandan of the Longfoot tribe. Choose me to be your opponent. Then as you wish. Baron Dandan also stood up and faced Sanji. At the same time, Usopp and Chopper met Peckham's, Nami met Pudding, Brook met Bobbin, Reiju met Bree, and Frankie met Crane Knight. To be honest, these people except for Cracker, Bray, and Pudding, none of them are the main team captains, so Sokka and the others are relatively less stressed, but even so, the situation is not good. After all, there are still several candy ministers standing outside watching. No shot, Luffy and the others, after all, are still too few, and they don't need their full strength to shoot. The battle started in an instant. Sokka, Sanji, Reiju and the two of them fell into a hard fight in an instant, and the others were due to some relationship, so the two sides did not make every effort, and they were stalemate. The battle at Luffy has not started yet. Big Mom seems to want to wait until their fight is over before starting. Sokka faced Cracker, and as soon as the battle started, Sokka slashed over with a single slash. Ha ha ha, little trick of the worms. Hard cookies. Cracker directly raised the cookies in his hand, blocking the front of Sokka's sword energy. Boom. Sokka's sword energy slashed on top of the hardened biscuit, but Sokka's sharp sword energy did not break Cracker's biscuit shield at all. What? Sokka was also shocked. He didn't expect the opponent's defense to be so strong, turning the originally fragile biscuits so hard. I didn't expect you to be so powerful. Sokka became excited. Humph. It's too late to know now. Biscuit soldiers. Cracker sneered, then used his abilities to form a large number of biscuit soldiers around him. What do you mean? Sirkar frowned at Cracker. If you want to fight me, you can deal with them first. Cracker made no secret of his disdain. I'll make you pay the price. Sokka said calmly, then clenched his knife and slashed at the biscuit soldiers who were rushing towards him. Ping! Sokka slashed at the biscuit soldier's sword, pushed hard, pushed the biscuit soldier away, and then slashed over the biscuit soldier, directly cutting the biscuit soldier into two pieces, and then Sokka rushed directly towards in the group of biscuit soldiers. Where the eyes can see, there is nothing that can't be cut. One knife and two cuts. Wherever Sokka passed, the biscuit soldiers were all chopped up. Sokka stood there, looking at Cracker. That's right, then let me fight you. Chop the pretzels. Cracker slashed out with a sword energy and flew towards Sokka. One slash. Sokka didn't show any weakness, and greeted him with a slash, and then the whole person rushed over, rushing towards Cracker. Boom. The two collided, and then, Sokka was blown away, and Cracker rushed over immediately, and then slashed towards the retreating Sokka. Sokka could only defend, and then was directly hit by Cracker slashed with a knife. Cough. Sokka spit out a mouthful of blood. Damn, this guy is so powerful. Sokka stood up and looked at Cracker with difficulty. What's wrong? Is this not going to work? You are still far away. Kid. Cracker sneered, and the whole person rushed forward in an instant, without showing any mercy, and slashed over again. Sokka can only desperately defend. However, at this time, Cracker was already full of firepower, and his arms kept appearing on his body. It was only a momentary event. 6 arms and 6 swords appeared on Cracker's body, and then he slashed towards Sokka at the same time. Sokka defended with all his strength, however, the gap between the strengths of the two sides was too great, and soon, many scars appeared on Sokka's body. You can't do it. Cracker slashed at Sokka again with a heavy knife. Sokka also showed a flaw for a while, and the knife in his hand was unstable. Take the opportunity. Slash. Cracker slashed directly, slashed hard on Sokka's body. Ah! Sokka's chest was directly slashed fiercely, and then a large amount of blood was sprayed out. Sokka was also fierce, and he slashed over without fear, completely ignoring his injuries. Cracker also did not expect that Sokka would be able to fight back after suffering such an attack. He also ignored it for a while and was directly slashed. He only heard a click. The biscuit armor that originally covered Cracker was directly shattered, and then exposed. The original Cracker. Sokka also took the opportunity to take 2 steps back and check the injuries on his body. Fortunately, at least he can't die. Sokka also concentrated his energy again. At least I finally broke your turtle shell. I'm worth the knife. Good job. You actually broke my defense. You must know that many of my enemies can't even see my real body. From this point of view, you are already amazing. Cracker exclaimed. More than that, I'm going to cut off your head. Sirkar said. Don't be too confident, kid. Cracker's voice just fell, and he burst out, charging towards Sokka quickly, and the 6 knives on his body slashed towards Sokka at the same time. Draw the knife with a single stroke. Sokka put the knife back into the scabbard, and then pulled it out with all his strength before Cracker came, cut. Carrying a blow with Sokka's spirit, he slashed towards Cracker. Rolling pretzels. Cracker swung 6 swords at the same time, slashing in arcs, slashing towards Sokka's drawn sword. Boom! Sokka's slash shattered Cracker's knife, then slashed towards Cracker, and Cracker's slash also hit Sokka. Boom! Both sides retreated at the same time. Sokka was covered in blood, but he still stood upright. Cracker also had only 1 knife in his hand. Damn, it hurts. I'm most afraid of pain. Damn it. Cracker bit Kiba and looked at the wound on his body, then looked at Sokka viciously. Chapter 380 Straw Hat vs Big Mom 3. Cracker looked at Sokka fiercely, saw Sokka standing there covered in blood, and rushed over in an instant, intending to strike Sokka again. A miscellaneous G insecta. Damn. Luffy, who was watching his friends fighting, also saw Cracker's movements. When he was about to rescue, Big Mom moved. Boom. Big Mom instantly came to Luffy's position and punched the ground. Superior. Little devil, don't interfere in other people's battles. Big Mom looked at Luffy. Damn. Luffy bit Kiba. At this time, Cracker had come to Sokka, and stabbed Sokka in the abdomen with a sword. Sokka did not respond at all, and was directly pierced by Cracker in the abdomen. At this moment, when Cracker was proud, Sokka suddenly moved, and his left hand instantly held Cracker's sword. Cracker was also startled by Sokka's action, and wanted to draw his sword, but Sokka was shocked. Ka was already holding on tightly, and even though his hands were covered in blood, Sokka did not let go. Caught you. Sirkar grinned at Isho, then the sword in his right hand stabbed Cracker hard. Cracker was surprised by Sokka's action, but how rich Cracker's combat experience is. He let go of his sword in an instant, then took a step back, dodged Sokka's blow, and then bullied himself forward. The punch flew Sokka. At this time, Sokka couldn't stand up either, and finally fainted. Cracker also came to Sokka and pulled out his sword, ignoring Sokka's injury, and didn't give Sokka a fatal blow. Returning to his position, "Take care of the injury for me, it really hurts," Cracker said, and someone immediately came to help Cracker deal with the injury. "Usopp, support yourself, I'll save Sokka." Chopper also let Usopp deal with Peckham's alone, and he went to save Sokka, and the Big Mom pirates didn't say anything. They don't care at all. After all, as long as Luffy loses, these people will all become Big Mom's lifespan. At the beginning of the battle between Sokka and Cracker, Sanji also fought with Baron Dandan. Sanji came to Baron Dandan with one step. Leg meet. Sanji kicked Baron Dandan with one foot. Legs. In the face of Sanji's attack, Baron Dandan also calmly put his teacup on his head, and then disappeared in place in an instant. What? Sanji was shocked when he saw the disappearing Baron Dandan, and then kicked back without hesitation. Boom! Baron Dandan appeared behind Sanji and kicked it. Sanji also reacted quickly. Both sides kicked each other at the same time, and then backed away at the same time. "I didn't expect you to use kicking skills too." Sanji looked at the other party. "I'm a long-legged clan," said Baron Dandan, and then came to Sanji in an instant, armed steel broken. Baron Dandan kicked Sanji and wrapped armament around his feet. "Haki, this blow is enough to break the steel." Armed demon wind feet. Sanji also showed no signs of weakness. His right foot rubbed the air too fast, creating a raging flame, and then kicked Baron Dandan. Boom! The two sides collided and made a huge roar. Sanji directly took a few steps back, while Baron Dandan did not retreat at all. Baron Dandan didn't miss this opportunity, and came to Sanji again with a stride. Arm smash. Another kick kicked in the past. Boom! Sanji, who was retreating, was directly hit before he had time to react. Although he had already defended his abdomen with armament haki, Sanji was still kicked by Baron Dandan, and the corner of his mouth was bleeding. Damn it! Such a powerful force. This guy's kicking skills are stronger than mine. Sanji stood up and thought to himself as he looked at Baron Dandan. Baron Dandan didn't give Sanji any time to think about it. After seeing Sanji stand up, he disappeared in place again in an instant, and then kicked Sanji again. "I won't hit you one after another." Arm thigh kick. Sanji used his most powerful kick. However, Baron Dandan didn't have the slightest surprise, and he kicked down without hesitation. Boom! The 2 feet collided, and they were on the same level at the same time, and then the two took a step back at the same time and kicked again. Towards each other. Boom! The two were still on the same level, so Baron Dandan and Sanji kept kicking against each other. The two of them were also extremely fast. They flashed from place to place, and only the sound of kicks could be heard everywhere, and then the figure disappeared. Appeared in another place. I don't know how long it took. The two sides stopped at the same time, and then stood opposite each other. Baron Dandan was not injured, and Sanji was bleeding from his feet. Obviously he just fell into the wind. Cut, still. "I'm really not reconciled. You are actually weaker in kicking skills." Sanji looked at the blood on his feet, and said a little unwillingly, he must know that his tricks are his most powerful means of attack. "Is it just weaker? You really look down on yourself," Baron Eggy said with disdain, and then attacked Sanji again. Cut, armed demon kick. Sanji was also not to be outdone, and rushed towards Baron Dandan fearlessly. Arm smashing kick. Baron Dandan started to use all his strength. A huge cracking sound came from his feet, and then kicked Sanji fiercely. Boom! The two sides collided, and then only heard a click. "Ah!" Sanji suddenly screamed. "I took the chance." Baron Dandan sneered, and then kicked Sanji mercilessly. Sanji was directly kicked, and smashed to the ground, making a big hole. Damn, such a powerful force. Sanji got up. Is the leg bone broken? Sanji felt the pain in his feet and thought, damn, it's hard to win like this. Governance is a little worried. What are you thinking about? It's during the battle. Baron Dandan's voice suddenly appeared not far from Sanji. What? Sanji was startled for a while, and then he only had time to raise his arm, and Baron Dandan kicked Sanji's arm. Boom! Sanji was kicked away again, and now his body was covered in scars, and Sanji struggled to get up. Baron Dandan came to Sanji again. Go to hell. Armed critical strike. Baron Dandan directly killed him. Moon step. Sanji stepped directly on the air and came to the top of Baron Dandan. Armed demon wind feet. Sanji kicked Baron Dandan with all his strength.